velvet voice of Jedi Johnson narrates the way, and the ever-steady Styx boy shall ride away your brain. Bad to the bone, Bruce the Furnace, pick up the days on days, and the great October's Boba Fett's have bad writing to slay. We are all damage of damage. We are all damage of damage. We are all damage. The qualified. The qualified. We are prepared.
And hello and welcome to another brand new episode of The Qualified. I'm your cousin Jedi, joined as always by the great Dom, Tober, and the architect, joesduelin. The always steady Styx boy, not so steady this week, but we wish him luck at the figure skating in the Olympics. He's, want him to bring home the gold, so bring home the gold, Styx. So.
Yeah.
I'll be he likes the outfits. He's not really good. He just likes wearing the outfits.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He went on a Doctor Who excursion.
I don't know. He's anybody watching the Olympics? I haven't watched any of it. I watched
hockey.
I saw the video of the Italian dude that got whacked in the nads by the on the downhill ski run. I saw that. That's all the Olympics I've watched.
I actually saw a video of what's her name, the girl. She the one that crashed. She tore ACL. She crashed.
Oh, Lindsey Vonn.
Yeah.
I love the Winter Olympics for hockey. I love watching international hockey.
Has hockey started? I haven't heard anything. I'm just disconnected from the Olympics.
The men's games just started like a couple.
Well,
days
basketball
ago,
is supposed to be starting. You got the NBA versus the World, which
in the Winter Olympics.
Yeah, the Olympics. Yeah.
So summer Olympics.
Match up all stars together playing the.
I've never heard of that.
Basketball on ice.
Yeah.
But then again, I don't give a shit about basketball. So.
Yeah,
I love my hockey.
It's been I don't know. It's been a crazy. It's been a long week. It's been crazy. I don't know.
Felt long.
But I think we were talking about was the Super Bowl just last Sunday? Seems like a month ago already. But
yeah, Super Bowl was
last Sunday.
It was Sunday.
Okay. Maybe that's it.
We're mid-February. The month is almost over already. So you gotta.
I can't. I have trouble watching the Super Bowl. It's too goddamn long of a game. A football game should be 3 hours.
No, what pissed me off was the game sucked and there was no trailers. You know, the trailer you were supposed to get Spider-Man.
You got your little Mando on with the
trailer.
So let me rephrase myself with that. On the Star Wars show, I mentioned that I was pissed off that there was no Mando trailer. You know, what they should have did was I thought it was kind of a cute concept what they did, like the old Clydesdale beer commercial going that you had Sam Elliott friggin' narrating it, which was kind of cool.
Nice.
And then you had Grogu and Mando in a sled with Tauntauns, which pretty badass.
Oh yeah, is that like legit? You think that's badass? Okay.
No.
I thought that was a joke. I was like, joking.
So what they should have did was, if they were smart, it was $10 to $8 million for a 30-second spot in the Super Bowl, which is kind of crazy. Which I understand that nobody wants to pay crazy money to show a 2-minute trailer and spend like $50 million for a trailer for that.
Disney probably doesn't care.
Well, no, Disney does care. They don't care.
Can we just go back to beer commercials with scantily clad women jumping around for 30 seconds?
The best commercial was the little baby eagle out in the rain getting raised by the horse. That was like the best one to me. That was like, I thought that was kind of
like the freaking McConaughey with Bradley Cooper, that everything's shaped like a household item.
It's
they've done those all through the season now.
Or what about the TurboTax with Adrian Brody? I need drama.
I can't sit that long in front of a TV and watch that many commercials and that little amount of football. It's like, 3 plays. Here's some commercials. 3 plays. Here's some commercials. And it just drags and drags and drags.
No, they show a lot of bullshit. But anyway, the trailer, what they should have did was a little teaser that they had, that little thing. They should have made other commercials, like a soap sud commercial, washing Grogu's thing, like different things, just to put them out there.
Whoa! Washing his thing?
Washing his fucking robe.
Oh.
Now you start shit, fucking Bruce don't even fucking say hi to me. Everybody else.
We don't even know if Grogu's things have dropped yet. We don't know what's going on down there. I mean, We don't know how old he is.
Oh, the freaking his robe, like different commercials, like things that mimic commercials have Grogu and Mando in it, just to show them that they're irrelevant. That they're coming out. It's coming out. The movie's coming out. They should do something like that, or release a trailer online. But we'll probably be getting a trailer sometime in the next couple of, and it actually lines up with the marketing for Lucasfilm. 8 weeks before Force Awakens came out, that's when they dropped their first trailer. So,
yeah, when the Star Wars when the Mando thing dropped, I was watching the game with my son. I looked over. I was like, "Did you know there's going to be a Star Wars movie in May?" He's like, "No." I was like,
"Yeah, Bruce, you know what you freaking did. You didn't say this up to me.
I didn't either.
Jedi and Joe, bitch. Okay, let's get this party started."
All right. Let's get this party started. Yeah, let's do it.
I'm drinking. I've been drinking green tea all goddamn day.
Try to acknowledge me, bitch.
You are, like I said, the OLI is dead. Long live the Just Looking In, where I give you however many books I feel like giving you about whatever I feel like selecting for the week that have no real importance in the world in terms of value or heat on the street. But they're things that just catch my eye and things I like to put together. So this week, I like a theme. I like to stick with a theme. And since tomorrow is Valentine's Day, I thought I would just throw some books that had love in the title. And
we should make Valentine's Day a National Hate Day because you should love somebody every day.
So we're going to start off with Love Confessions number 33. One of my favorite trope in romance books is the angry person or leering person in a window. And if they happen to have a shotgun, added bonus. Love Confessions from 1953 from Quality
Comics. You love the violence, man. That's really like.
I was hoping for a double entendre there.
No, there's no double entendre on this one. It is a trope that reoccurs through a lot of these romance books of somebody peering in a window, looking around the doorway. And,
get your hands off my lady, Bob.
Yeah, and if they're angry, it's just a little more fun. Next up on the list, we got. I had to put this in there because I've never seen the Unabomber in some short shorts on the beach.
I thought it was Burt Reynolds. I was like, okay, we got Burt Reynolds on the cover.
I saw this and I was like, this looks like the Unabomber, and he has a pretty good grip on that hair, by the way, as well.
I'm seeing that. Okay.
This is Summer Love 48 from November of 1968 from Charlton Comics, an Ernesto Garcia cover. The guy looks just like the Unabomber. So if you ever wondered what the Unabomber looked like, grabbing a girl's hair, hanging out at a swinger party on the beach,
does have a little Pedro look to him. Right,
yeah, a little bit. He even has an earring. He's this is the swingers. So this is Summer Love. Next up on our list, again, it's a Nick Cardy cover. Nick did fantastic selection of romance novels in the 70s. So Girls Love Stories, 1948, which are always kind of cruel. They have a lot of great cruel covers. And I love that he's telling this other girl that she's groovy, not a doormat like Trina. And Trina's literally about 5 feet away, crying and listening.
Trina's gonna go get a shotgun.
Yeah, she's gonna cut. She's gonna.
Hey.
So
who's the doormat now, Bob?
I'll take care of Trina.
Yeah, so a little good Nick Cardy love here on Girls Love Stories. Again, I love crazy romance covers that just are people acting out and being crazy, because those are the fun ones. The two people in love on the cover of a romance comic is not fun. The jilted lover is always fun on the cover, and this girl is going full knock at all these mirrors and smashing them with her hands. So Falling in Love 143 from 1973 with a nice J. Scott Pike cover has a little craziness, a little.
But you've been in a house of mirrors. I've never been in a house of mirrors. Is it really
never been in a house
easy to
of
get
mirrors?
lost? Oh,
It's not.
I don't think so.
It's not horribly easy to get lost. It's easy to get a little disoriented.
You ever see when the kids are in the House of Mirrors and they're running around trying to get through to hit the glass and they fall and start crying? That's just the funniest shit.
I've seen the video.
That is amusing.
That is
amusing. I do enjoy that. I do enjoy that.
Only amusing when they start crying, dumb. That's when it gets
amusing because they can't get out. They bang the wall. It's amazing. It just makes you laugh. I'm sorry.
I had to throw in Radiant Love 6 from August of 1954 from Stanley Moore's Publications. Nice Bernard Bailey cover. He's just so happy that he has that wonderful rack. Look how happy that man is that he has that rack to work with. He's a happy man. So
yeah,
it's a good rack. It's a good headlights cover.
He does look happy. If you stare at it long enough, he starts looking a little I don't know, deranged maybe. You
also see that he's staring directly at that rack. He enjoys
it.
And of course, we can turn up the heat a little bit. We're going to be talking about Jaime Hernandez later. So I wanted to throw in a little bit of his brother as well. So a little newer comic, New Love. If you're a fan of the Hernandez brothers, New Love number 2, 1996 from Fantagraphics, is a good Beto cover, a good Gilbert Hernandez cover for a little spin-off there of Buckner Rockets. And like I said, let's turn up the heat just a little bit toward the end because we have to end strong. One of my favorite books, Amputee Love number 1 from 1975, Last Gasp. This is a Brent Boats cover. This is a fantastic indie cover if you can find it out there in good shape.
I just read the title. I was so
Amputee Love.
Yes. It is a special book out there for you underground fans of some of these books, and it is a fun one if you can find it in the wild.
It's crazy, man. Yeah, missing arms, missing legs, nice.
Yeah, there's a lot going on there. And last but not least, why not give you an Alex Ross cover? Empty Love Stories, fantastic cover of her saying, "You won't, you'll call, won't you?" And him just, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
And he's shaped like me, which I appreciate as well. I love his aloofness, given his appearance. And again, this is from Slave Labor Comics, but this is an Alex Ross cover. So for all you Alex Ross chasers out there,
that's definitely that's a 70s belt right there. That's a big old thick belt.
Oh yeah. That's one you can do the good crack with that one.
That belt strikes fear in the hearts of children back in our day, anyway.
Yeah. So those are our love books for this week. I didn't want to do a spotlight for love or Valentine's Day, so I figured I would give y'all some love titled stories this week with your Just Looking In. Who do we got hanging out with us tonight, Jedi?
Well, let's see. Man, this is a little different this week. Bringing in the gold this week, we have Star 2226. Hey, everybody! What's going on, Star? Bringing home the gold on this midway through the Winter Olympics.
I think there might be some contention later on in the comments.
Oh. We're gonna need to get a little Tommy Longbox, Stop the World and Let Me Off. Don't get off too soon. Wait till wait till the show's over. Yeah. And then no stranger to the podium, but stranger to the lower tier is GT Comic with the bronze, at least for now. Let's see. GT is filing a grievance. He's saying, wait a minute. What happened to my earlier comment? I demand a recount. I don't know. I can only tell you what I see in StreamYard. We will have to file for a video review and see what happens. We'll bring you an update next week. I don't know. I can say it is strange that GT is that low in the on the podium, though. It is strange. So definitely warrants some skepticism. But we can only go with what we see, and that is, we don't want to take anything away from Star 226. Congratulations. But GT's like, I'm pissed. All right, let's say hello to everybody else. RP8926. I hate these new names because I know these are people that have been around, and I just don't recognize these new tags that YouTube has assigned some of them.
I don't understand why it does that. And I thought there was
some distinguished ones. What? Distinguished ones? I don't know if we've ever been given such an honor. Is it such a platitude? I will take it. I will take it. I don't know what to do with it because it's a little uncomfortable. But thank you. Ed Naboo, what's going on, Ed? I will check in later. I have something I think I learned about Joe. I want to share. See you later. I don't know what you could possibly. I don't know. It can't be any dirt. I don't know what you could possibly share about Joe. Joe is an open book.
I am quite an open book. I don't know
what you could possibly share.
I don't hold back too much.
Yeah. And don't trust Sarah. Who will destroy your algorithm. I don't know what it would take to. I don't know what a destroyed Jedi algorithm would look like. It would probably have a life of its own, and that would be scary.
Because, is it me or has IG gotten a little bit racy lately?
Yes.
I haven't been on IG in a while. I go on. Dom lives there, so I'll trust Dom. Dom, what do you say?
No, there is. You got pictures that are blacked out that come on, and girls naked. They show like porn scenes on the side. There's a lot of craziness going on IG now. So
yeah,
I will say this, and I maybe it's not just IG, and it could just be the stuff I search, because sometimes I have to search for things that are kind of innocent, because we don't want to go too far over that line, but we want to make things interesting, and some of the things that we report on this show. But I'll put in a search thing in Google sometimes, and it'll bring up straight up porn. I'll be like, whoa. And I'll be like looking around, like, I can't hit that little X over in the corner quick enough. I'll be like, hey, this is not the time or the place for that such a thing. There is a time and a place, but not right now. All right.
Now IG's getting a little raunchy now. Girls are starting to show a lot of shit.
Yeah, people always
Tyson
porn always finds a way. Porn finds a way to work its way around whatever type of
Tyson sends me so much stuff, man. And
editing or filtering.
So many things.
Yeah, it's becoming self-aware. BK, what's going on, BK? I am here. You ma begin. We wa begin. Thank you, BK, for giving us the green light to begin. We appreciate it. Terry, the always faithful Terry Floyd. Terry was not with us on Tuesday, and we had 0 live audience. Is that right? Was Terry not with it? I know he wasn't there. Did he hop in and hop out? I don't know. Yeah, it was Doctor Who is always a little bit of a numb. There's always a numbness when it's over. But thank you for being here, Terry. We hope you stick around. Cosmic, hello, gang. What's going on, Cosmic? Cosmic has already chimed in a couple times, letting us know things that are going on and where we messed up. And so is Tyson. We haven't got to. Oh, there's Tyson right there. Good evening, my friends. Tyson has already stepped in and reminded Dom that basketball is a Summer Olympic sport, not a Winter Olympic sport. So we appreciate that.
Yeah.
It is, for now, Dom. We may get basketball on ice one. It would be probably a lot more interesting, actually.
Well, the whole fact is, it's the Winter Olympics, so you also have the All-Star game. So they skip the All-Star game, I guess, and so they play you get into the Olympics. So some shit like that. No.
We should have they should have the winter hockey team versus the Olympic basketball team on ice, and just have like the same game, but on the same or in the same arena. You know what I'm saying? I think I'm onto something. I got to work the kinks out, but I think I'm onto something.
You get a workshop
I think I'm on
for a while.
I got to workshop it. I think I'm on something. Styx, you know, I don't know where Styx is exactly. Is he traveling?
No, he's traveling. He's going to be
Okay.
in New York Toy Fair tomorrow. Me and him.
That's right. He's got the toy fair this weekend. That's right. Grumpy Gus. What's going on, Grumpy?
What's up, Grump?
Evening all. We've got Three River Comics.
What's up,
Evening
Three
everyone. What's going on, Three Rivers? Always a pleasure.
What is up?
And I don't know. Have you guys thawed out at all? I know.
Yeah, I still got snow
no.
everywhere, but it thawed out a little bit.
See, Paul, what's going on, Paul Gundrum? Happy Friday qualify. What's going on, Paul? Always happy to see you. And if I don't miss anybody, of course, Bruce Fur is already in here. Causing chaos.
It's the man himself, Kingdom of Turds.
The king himself.
We got Mama Bear. Mama Bear's in there. Don't forget about
Did I
Mama
miss?
Bear.
There's Mama Bear. Hey, boy. What's up, Mama Bear? Hello, Mama Bear.
Hey, Mama
I don't
Bear.
do that anymore. I need to do that more often. Hello, Mama Bear. Mama Bear was there on Tuesday. Keeping Joe and I
Awake.
from completely ruining Doctor Who for everybody. So thank you, Mama Bear, for that. And all right. Let me know. Did I miss anybody else? I'm scrolling. Nerdy Geek. What's going on, Nerdy?
What's up,
Evening,
Nerdy?
Joe,
What's up,
Jedi,
Nerdy?
Dom, and No Sticks.
No Sticks.
Hey, we got Weed Richards in there as well today.
Weed Richards. What's going on, Weed? I still one of my favorites. I hadn't said that in a while. Still one of my favorite
And
names.
surprisingly enough, BK, I did get hit with a handful of Benny Hill reels today on IG. So you're on the right track. You're on the right
Did I
track.
miss? I might have missed him earlier. But what's going on?
Tyson,
Ross?
definitely.
Leave my algorithm alone, please. It's bad enough as it is.
I'm not sure if I'm going to be on the Star Wars show this week because the Toy Fair and a couple of events
Luke
afterwards. So
Karolowicz art. Luke, what's going on, Luke? Appreciate you being here.
What's up, Luke?
That's right, the deputy mayor of New York. Yeah. I wish, man.
All righty. Well,
All right.
Let's get
I think that's everybody.
Carlo,
Let's get into it.
Art.
You got some pickups this week, Jedi?
Yeah.
I do. And no surprise, they're all lady books. They're all girl books, I think.
Of course they are. Why would it?
Yep.
Why would it be anything else?
Good.
I don't know. After that one comment that we got from the Australia friends in Australia that one time. Now I always scratch my head and be like, do I have anything that's not a ladybug? I almost feel like
You really
feel like I
changed it.
should.
You used to be a collector of Star Wars, of fine art. Yeah.
he's incepted me. He's incepted me to where I'm thinking now I need
Joe,
something. That's
you fell temptation to the devil, and now you're freaking.
No. Our viewer from Australia has put in a little inception into my brain to I'm like.
These buy books that are interesting now.
Yeah, all right. Some of these books are interesting. They just have orgies in them. That's just
Hey, we have our Vanya bar.
Damn, where's your wife think, Jedi?
She doesn't know, Dom. She doesn't know. She lives in blissful ignorance. No, I'm joking. I don't know how she can walk in here and not. But
Listen,
all right, let's move on.
Look, when I say something, my wife peeks her head out and she looks at me with like this look like, what the? I'm like,
so we have some EOM, countless little deaths. So there are some naughty covers, but I'm not showing any of the naughty covers. We're going to stick to the nice covers. Countless Little Deaths, #2 by EOM.
Nice. I got that floating around here somewhere.
We got the Power Hour number. I don't know. It's hard to tell on these things. Power Hour #3 cosplay EOM Bunny Girl. I guess I don't know.
Yup, Mama Bear. Definitely will have a
good
lightsaber battle.
Yeah, some of these are a little older now because they've been in the box waiting for their time in the spotlight, and today's the day. And then we have the full body EOM Bunny Girl.
It's a good EOM cover.
Yeah. So these did come in today. Now, before you get your hopes up, this is a Vanya the Lost Warrior story that I've already covered a couple of weeks ago when I got the PDF. I covered it right away. This is the physical copies that I finally received. So the physical copies are catching up now to the PDF. So don't get too excited. We're not getting a Vanya the Lost Warrior story this week, unfortunately. But I do have the Marissa Pope #9, which is the one we did last time, a couple of weeks ago, as well as the nice. There are naughties for all of these, by the way, but as well as the Yum EOM, the Yum Vanya.
I remember we talked about this. Yeah, I see this. I remember you talked about it.
Yeah.
I do love me some Yum.
And I'm not going to open these, but I picked up the guy's website. He still has them on there. It's who's the one that does the Night of Giving Head? I haven't read yet. I've got to read that one. I'm dying to read that one, but I did pick up. He was
his pictures.
The creator has a website, and he was, I guess, trying to clear out some backlog from his website. So he had some stuff on there that he was lower priced. So these are all signed copies inside, but I'm not going to go through all that for the sake of time. But this is the Perillo. The covers inside look kind of the same, only there's some naughties. But this is the box. All the books inside are signed as well.
Nice cover. Nice. That's great.
And this one has a little bit of a nip slip. There actually is no knives to this one, so let me cover this up as best I can. But this is the box for Night of Giving Head EOM cover.
It's gold.
Her little nip wants to stick out, so I have to cover that up. But yeah, so there's signed books in here as well from EOM. That's all I got this week. We'll keep it short.
See the box. Open the box.
I showed you the box. I just can't show you the box without my finger on it.
You know what? I truthfully, I have a lot of stuff that I bought this week that has not come in yet, but I did get a few things.
I'll show it to you real quick, Dom. Here we go. Ready?
Nice.
All right, there you go.
Okay.
There you go.
I got a little Jungle Comics, little Joe Doolin cover, old Fiction House.
Joe Doolin. What?
Yeah. That's. I collect my Fiction House Joe Doolin covers. I did pick up a couple of the Love Igniteds, and I'll just put them on my list to buy them. I really enjoy the fact that they stamp the back of these with a distinct number, with the serial number. That's fun. Like one of my Love Igniteds was number 90. I was jazzed about that. I got my copy ripcord.
Nice. I know Tyson.
We're all waiting.
Picked up. Picked up some Wonder Woman, the annual, little Tortured Hearts.
Thank you, Tyson.
Gotta get my shit together to stop being lazy, man. I can tell you that.
I guess you're just required by law if you collect comics to have to buy some form of absolute Batman stuff. So yeah, I got that.
Nice.
Some of the other covers for the Absolute Wonder Woman annual.
Yep, and they automatically sit. How'd you guess?
The Pop Kill seasonal flavors.
Oh, nice Valentine's Day cover.
I do enjoy the Creeper, so I did pick up some of these Superman Chains of Love with Livewire and the Creeper.
That's up, Double O. I read this first one from Dub, and then I read the next one before I just read it real fast. I thought he was saying "Hey ladies," but it's actually "and ladies." I thought Dub was saying "Hey ladies." Hey ladies.
A little Archie in the Army of Darkness, nice little hat cover. The Mercado cover of Tortured Hearts. And then I did pick up. I always pick up some Betty. That's just a given. I'm normally picking up Betty page stuff.
We got to have a Betty heavy week here, I think.
I got a little Fantastique, little Femme Force with Betty page pin up inside as well, and a little Justice League Elite, little Manchester Bat Black. So some random shit this week. Random shit.
All right. I got this week's Transformers Soundwave cover.
There you go.
I got the new G.I. Joe book with the new Joes that was it Deep Downrange and RC that got the cover that I wanted. Larry Hammer was at at Midtown Comics. I didn't get a chance to go there, but I'm actually going to GalaxyCon in Richmond, Virginia in March, and
Nice.
it's going to be there. So
GalaxyCon's a good con.
Yeah.
It's a decent con.
I got some other covers. This is like a gatefold cover. The Cobra Commander's in the back, and I got this. This is like the 1 in 10 Destro with the Iron Renadiers cover.
Are you going to the toy fair thing that Styx is going to as well?
I'm
Going tomorrow?
I'll be there. Yep, in the morning. My brother's in town already. So I got a couple of books that I got.
I don't know if we got that kind of pull.
Yeah, issue 27, 1 in 50, Soundwave cover. I was able to get that. I was able to get the Big Clutch. You had the mystery packs, the $50 mystery packs. You got Megatron sketch. Pretty cool cover. This is a nice cover to get autographs.
Cool cover.
You know, if I ever
Nice.
Frank Wilker, the voice.
Nice space up there for a signature or a remark.
Yep,
Yeah,
Appreciate
definitely.
that. I always appreciate that.
So I didn't know that Skybound has some kind of a Kickstarter. So remember issue number 5 of the original Marvel run of Transformers, where you had Shockwave in the cover because Transformers were all dead.
Yep.
So apparently they did a remake of it, right? But also they got a virgin cover now.
Nice.
So I actually like this cover.
An often homaged cover.
Yeah, I actually look. It's not Soundwave, I know it's Shockwave, but I love this cover.
It is a good cover.
I got some toys that I picked up. I was able to get the 2 of the vintage The Stranger from the Acolyte, the best part of the Acolyte.
Oh, it's got his little helmet mask thing up
He's
there.
actually going to be in Richmond, Virginia too in HeroCon. So I'm going to probably get this autograph on this.
Nice.
Maul Shadow Lord. They came out with a repack figure with the Shadow Lord card back, which is pretty cool. And then last but not least, I have to get my Soundwave stuff when it comes out. Got the Studio 86 series Soundwave that came. So can't wait. Open this up. Got that. But other than that, that's it. That's all I got.
Good stuff.
Nice. All righty, let's get into it. Let's get into it here. So now later this week, there was some stuff. I don't know if this got delayed or not. I know I had it on my pre-orders and it was supposed to come out, but Tim Seeley's Super Thick Lucky Tales, there was a nice cover D on that, but it's Keen Spot, so God knows if it came out on time. There's a handful of fun covers on that. I like Seeley, so why not? Also, a FemForce 40th anniversary edition came out this week, which was a 7-pack of actual original FemForce comics, not reprints, not whatever, actual original uncirculated books. So if you're a FemForce fan, you could get some originals, not any reprints or stuff like that. So I thought that was kind of fun. I thought for $22, that's not too bad for 7 books. And, I had to throw the Wonder Woman annual on this week. I know everyone's picking up everything absolute under the sun, but sometimes these annuals slip through people's attention sometimes. So definitely doesn't hurt to pick up the at least the A cover. For my later, Honor and Curse Eternal 2, the Marinkovic cover. Marinkovic is doing all the covers on these. He's a really cool artist who a lot of his stuff has a bit of a feel of a little bit of Ashley Wood. He doesn't have a ton of work out there, but he's had some really, really cool covers. So it's just somebody I'm keeping an eye on and picking up some of their stuff as it comes out. We're going to be getting Swamp Thing 1989, which will be a continuation of the Swamp Thing story, where it was unfortunately and tragically canceled without finishing. So you will get the Rick Fetch cover finishing story of a few issues of Swamp Thing, which is nice. Swamp Thing is fantastic, and it's nice that they can finish out a story that a lot of people really liked and were kind of pissed off when it cut short. And like I said, Ripcord, there is a nice B cover on Ripcord number 3. I'll never complain about a woman getting out of a bath naked, even if it is filled with blood. And while she's holding somebody else by the neck. And why not? Why not? It's a decent looking cover. So that's what we got for our future. And of course, for our tops and tails this week, I said I liked Yum. So active Kickstarter right now, Where They Dwell, number 4. There is a Yum cover, and it has, of course, whatever variations of that you like in terms of clothing. So
yeah, just undress her with your eyes, and there's probably a cover that beats that.
Use your imagination, kids.
Yeah.
Use your imagination. So that's what we got up for our tops and tails this week. Oh, who do we got this week, Jedi?
This week we have Mia McLaughlin, or Antimia. Is she's short for, I guess, her nickname. Man, I had to write this so tiny to get it to fit, but she is a comic writer. In addition to cover model, she's a professional cosplayer. She's a writer for that online magazine, which I cannot even read right now, as well as a video host for Previews World. These three, the first couple of slides you're going to see are comics that she both did cosplay covers for, as well as is credited as a writer for the issues that you're going to see. So Vampirella Strikes 2 and 5. Obviously, she did cosplay covers, but she was also credited as being a writer for those issues, as well as, I assume this is a one-shot. I tried to find a little clearer picture of this cover. I could not, so I just went with the best one I could find. Red Sonja, Pearls Before Swine. So she's also credited with writing. She has writer credits on that.
As
on
always,
that comic as well.
As always, Dynamite cosplay covers feel like some type of Sears photo studio.
Hang the curtain.
Yeah.
But now we get into, I'd be surprised if Joe doesn't maybe have some of these, to be honest with you. So she is, again, obviously did the cosplay covers, but is credited as writers for all five Betty Page Alien Agenda issues in that arc or that run. So here we have 1, 2, and 3, as well as 4 and 5, as well as she is credited with writing, at least being a co-writer, if not the sole writer of Betty Page and the Bigfoot Bandits.
That's one I gotta look for.
But aside from that, she's done a lot of other stuff. She's done some Star Wars. Here's our Star Wars. Yeah, this is our always try to fit it in Star Wars page. We have Dom's favorite, Slave Leia. A little Stormtrooper cosplay. We don't see that a whole lot. It's usually Leia or some sort of Sith. But, we got a little Stormtrooper cosplay there. As well as my favorite Leia is always going to be the episode 4 hair up in the Cinnabons Leia.
Yeah.
The thing that's a double like yes please, a woman in Leia slave gear, and Asian.
Scratching all the right spots for Dom today, I guess. So yeah. Hopefully Giggles was completely out of earshot. That was weird. Yeah, she's way over there.
I'm sorry.
All right, moving on. We have oh god, I knew it, and then I knew as soon as I got on here I was gonna forget this character. He was in the
Katana.
Katana, as
Correct,
well
nice.
as the
And
Rogue, Savage Rogue, and then I believe just based on the bikini top that this
We'll
is
go Harley.
we're gonna go Harley for this one, yeah. But it's hard. Could have gone with another character, but something just said, you know what? Let's go with this one. We'll just say it's Harley.
yeah,
And then I think this may be the last one. It probably as close to a Joe slide as I was going to get with this particular cosplayer. I have no idea what even character this is. It really doesn't matter when it comes to the Joe slide anyway. Whether it's I Dream of Jeannie or something else, who knows? Got a little.
As long as it's filthy, I'm happy.
Yeah, a little sexy, playful modeling cosplay here with whatever that is, whoever that is, whatever character. But yeah, so not your typical just dress up cosplay. She has writer's chops, as well as she's done, like I said, she's a video host, as well as some writing chops for some online magazines. So
You choose all the Renaissance women for the cosplaying, women of many talents.
I try to, but we'll see. We'll see who we can find for next week.
We'll see.
This is Mia McLaughlin is our cosplayer of the week.
Nice. We do have a 5-minute Vampirella this update because we did have a issue of Dynamite Blood Red to cover. So issue 5, it had some nice covers. The A cover was actually the worst cover, I would say, of the covers that were available. I did very much enjoy the B cover a lot. The Sonya cover was nice as well. The D cover was it was fine. There was an exclusive from 616 as well, Sam Payne exclusive. I do love Sam Payne stuff. So that was a good little purgatory cover. How'd you feel about this issue, Jedi? Because this is our lightest reading, which is something to say for the type of things we review.
I mean, yeah, it's light reading. It's just I don't really know what to say because it kind of didn't. I believe this is is this the final one? It certainly felt like the final.
It ended with a question mark. It kind of ended with a question mark.
Well, yeah. Oh, I meant the final one in the arc, and I did. I looked up on Geeks Community or whatever that website is. They're not listing an issue 6, at least not yet. So I don't know if this is the final one for now, or if we're going to get another arc maybe late next year. I don't know. Yeah. I went on Dynamite's website and tried to find something, and I couldn't find anything there either. So I don't know. I
mean, if you remember, we left it last week where the zombies were fighting these headless creatures. We had the crazy doctor guy who wanted to create the virus so that it would infect women.
The spider head guy. Yeah.
The spider head guy. I don't know how I feel about Vampy half transformed. I just find it weird, uncomfortable, and unsettling.
Okay. But it didn't last very long. He transferred back into Vampy with the wings
very quickly. So we get a little back and forth between Deja and Spiderhead guy, and she's just kind of like, fuck it. So she just says, screw it, and just shoots him in the head.
Yeah, she's, based on where we're coming from off the last issue, you kind of feel like, well, we'll get to the end of this issue, maybe things change a little bit. But at this point, you kind of feel like neither one of these, Deja nor this spider guy, neither one of them are necessarily the good guys right now. At least not in this particular snapshot at this place in the comic.
No, but yeah, she doesn't waste any time. This book doesn't waste any time at all. It doesn't dwell too much on anything. It moves forward pretty fast. So she shoots the Spiderhead guy, falls off the cliff into the water, and we're like, okay, Spider guy's gone. And Deja's like, oh shit, there was no cure. Miss Fury's pissed off about that. Red Sonja doesn't give a shit as long as she gets to smash some shit up.
She's happy the whole time. She's just killing things, and then she's just smiling the entire time.
And then Vampy, of course, being the smartest person in the room, was like, hey, those headless things were walking around and they were humans and they didn't turn into zombies and they were bit. So maybe we can somehow come up with a cure from them. And at that point, Miss Fury is like, fuck it. And just straight up shot Deja Thoris straight up in the back.
Well, okay. So at this point also, if I can interject, so they've set the Spiderhead guy's lab on fire to try and like kill whatever biological thing germ he has created because it now affects men. The cat girl thing, what's her name? The cat girl?
Miss Fury.
Miss Fury has already kind of stolen a sample of it, I think, before they set it ablaze. So in this scene where Fury shoots Deja in the back, once Vampy says, hey, maybe we can salvage something, I think Deja is trying to run back into the flaming lab to, like, oh, maybe we can salvage something from the flames before everything's burnt to ashes. And that's when Miss Fury shoots her in the back.
Yes, Miss Fury on the Orders of Purgatory is just supposed to get the virus and use whatever leverage they can, whether it be a cure or whether it be a virus that can affect everybody. Doesn't matter.
As long as she controls it. That's her.
As long as she controls it. So Deja gets shot in the back, which she's bleeding all over the place. Then with the last bit of strength that she has there, she uses her powers to control the headless guys and rips the head off of Miss Fury.
Rips that head. Cool. Just rips it right off. Yeah.
They just grab her and just pop that damn thing right off. And I'm like, okay, that all of this happened within a matter of a page and a half.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was moving along quite quickly. Then we flash out.
So when did this happen? This kind of confused me a little bit. Does this like happening is this like one of those meanwhile back at Fury's
I'm
compound or whatever?
I'm guessing at the same time. So basically, Purgatory had grabbed Vampirella's boyfriend and brought him in and was going to kind of, I think she was just trying to bang him and
I think so.
piss off Vampirella.
Yeah.
But she didn't take into account the fact that he is infected but not affected by the virus. So he apparently, we don't see, but it's implied that he bites Purgatory. And that would, in theory, give Purgatory the virus.
Yeah, because Vampirella says something in like a panel probably shortly after this that I don't know. I think it's Vampirella or maybe it's this guy that the virus, when combined with Draculonian blood, which this guy has, makes the virus affect women as well, not just men.
And that was Vampy that said that. Yeah,
that was Vampy. Yeah, but the thing is, I mean, Purgatory, while she was once human, I guess depending on the whatever sort of canon that they're following on this one, while she was once human, she's not human anymore. So I don't know how this is. We don't see how that plays out anyway yet.
Yeah, we don't see an outcome. We just see him come at her, and then they cut over to Deja, and she's dying, and they come up with the brilliant idea, and then all of a sudden her head is in this device, which was kind of weird.
I love that the shot.
She got Futurama'd.
Oh, I'm sorry, we haven't got there yet. Go ahead. Sorry, I'm getting ahead.
Yeah, so she kind of got Futurama'd.
Yeah.
No, also Ant-Man in the What If cartoons had his head in a thing too, just his head and a cape.
Yeah, it was kind of weird. So Deja's just a head in this container. And they're flying. They're flying up to Dracula's.
Yeah, her head is being kept alive by some sort of fluid or liquid from that spider dude's lab. I can't remember exactly what they said it was, but there's something in that that's keeping her alive. So I guess now Vampy is a scientist too, and she knows how to do this stuff.
And then
it was Vampy's idea. So.
And I know about the baking powder secret. You know that, yeah.
So then once Vampy and Deja are in the ship together, we get our good old Spiderhead guy who apparently is now rocking Miss Fury's body, and get a fire shot at their ship, and then it ends. So,
and that shot in the head, he just has a little Band-Aid where that shot in the head hit it.
Yeah, he just had a boo-boo. It was a little boo-boo. Yeah. He seems to be doing okay. But yeah, and then it just ends. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how I feel. If this is the last issue, I'm like, okay, I guess.
Yeah, it ends with one of those like, is it French, whatever, those fin, like fini, the FIN question mark,
yeah.
Like finished question mark, like, okay, I don't know.
So I guess this is just kind of
doesn't seem finished.
Maybe if we come back to it, we'll do it. If not, nobody's probably going to care.
Yeah. We're committed now, though. We have to know.
I got to know what happens.
At least whether or not we cover it on the show, I'll have to at least read whatever the next issue is, just to see what the hell.
Yeah, this one was pretty crazy. There's a lot of weird, crazy stuff going on, and again, no wasted time. There's not a lot of wasted panels in here.
And it was so simple. Like for this one, I can in my brain. Although I think with Vampirella, we're on like the other one, the one you need a Vampirella degree to figure it out. But with this one, even though we're only on issue 5, in my brain, I can kind of backtrack the story and kind of picture everything that's happened in the story all the way back to issue 1. There's no way I could do that with Vampirella. You put a gun to I couldn't do that with Vampirella. There's so much that's going on in that Vampirella 2025, whatever. Not Vampirella Armageddon, the main title. I couldn't do it with that one. But this one's so simple and kind of fast paced, like Joe was saying. They just throw stuff at you, but it's simple enough and easy enough to digest. But yeah, you can just kind of in your mind play it back, even without looking at the comics. You can kind of play it back in your head. So
the interior art bothered me.
I was never a fan. That's exactly what I was about to say. The interior art, I was never a fan of that throughout the entire thing. I kind of grew to accept it, but I was never a fan throughout the entire run.
I think my problem was there were some panels that I thought, this is a really cool panel. I love the Deja Thoris flying head being carried by the bats. There's a cool background. It was a cool panel. But then you get Vampirella's boyfriend going in for the bite, and it looks like it was drawn by a third grader.
We did the future. Joe did the Futurama joke, Jerry. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
We could say want a little head. Is that what Jerry's wanting to say? Need a little head.
But yeah, so yeah, I mean, I don't know. It was fun. I like seeing all the characters together interacting. It's kind of fun. I wish they kind of would have just wrapped up an arc and not left.
Oh,
cliffhanger.
And for those that care, like Joe, I'm surprised he didn't mention it, because we know Joe loves Red Sonja. They offered for Red Sonja to come with them, and Red Sonja's like, nah, I'm good down here. I'm just gonna stay down here and kill zombies. I'm good.
Yeah. She's the best. She was one of the best parts of this whole series, I think. Her aloofness was amusing. So, yep. Well, we got through this one. We made it through.
I love how 5 minutes of update becomes like 10, 15 minutes.
I guess we'll be closing up. We'll be closing up the arc soon, I guess. We
did a little mission creep on these.
Yeah. We'll be closing up that arc on Vampirella, and I'm guessing Armageddon as well. So,
yeah, I think that's really the only one left. Well, no, you said that the main title is going through 12, you said. So we got 2 more issues there, and then we'll see. And I don't know. I didn't look to see how many issues Armageddon's going to run through, but can't be Well, shouldn't say that. It could be. It could go on for a bit too. I don't know. Maybe 10 or 12 itself.
We will be getting a new Gun Honey free comic book day book. So we'll be getting something. So I don't know. We'll see where it goes. Well, that is your 5 now 10-minute Vampirella update for the week. Jedi, you ready? Let's do it.
It's time.
It's time for the That's Not a Comic, That's Not a Comic, Salia Comic, Salia. It's time for the That's Not a Comic, That's Not a Comic, Salia Comic, Salia Comic. Oh, cool. Sale of the week.
All right, this week, this was a suggestion made by our very own longtime viewer and pal, Matthew Colon, from right here in Hawaii, different island, but still right here in Hawaii, was telling me in an Instagram chat how he thought this would be fun because when he was a young grandson, his grandfather would buy him these little Tomy wind-up toys, and as time went on, of course, it kind of became a grandfather-grandson collection, if you will. Of course, I'm sure Matthew played with them as well. But as Matthew grew up, his grandfather kind of kept the collection for the most part. So he thought it'd be kind of fun to kind of go through these, and I thought it would be too. So I told him we'd look at it and see what we could find. Again, not so much crazy prices on these. These things probably weren't terribly expensive in the first place. So the multiplier could be, 3, 4, 5, 6 times what the original price was, maybe. But let's go through them. We have a vintage wind-up toy. This is a Pac-Man, still in package. 1982 by Tomy, sold mid-January, good gravy, for $45 on a fixed price. So that's pretty good. There were several of these listed on eBay and several that were even still in package, actually. This was, I think, one of the higher priced ones. So I think there were others probably down into that, maybe the mid-30s. This one actually looks like it's in pretty good shape as well. So, yeah. And then we have Rascal Robots from 1978. Go ahead.
I had this one with the black hands and feet, not the orange hands and feet. But I had this robot wind-up toy.
All of these are from Tomy, by the way, as I said. This one was actually an auction. 6 bids for $36 was the final bid, the winning bid, I should say. Back late last year, mid-November. So this one still has the Cook's Store sticker on it. I personally, we talked about this before. I like it when it has the store stickers on these things.
I do too. I do too.
A lot of people may not. They may try to. I kind of think it adds a little character. It adds a little more of the story to the item personally, but
especially if it's like 70s or 80s.
Yeah,
that type of price tag is nice.
Yeah, and then we have Wound Up Santa, 1986. This one was a fixed price accepted of $20 back in late November of last year. And Starcades. Now this is one I would be interested to actually see how it spins up because it looks kind of wild. I don't know if all these things spin, but this is 1987. This one sold for a fixed price of $25 just about a week ago, maybe not quite, not less than a week ago.
Don't take out the excavator.
These are all still in the package, on card, as they say. And then we have, in addition to the other Pac-Man, we have these are all obviously open, but we have a Miss Pac-Man from 1982. This sold on a best price accepted back about a week or so ago of $12.50. And you have the Ghost. The only Ghost that I could not find, I don't know if they just didn't make it or what, I could not find the, I guess the orange. I don't know
Yeah,
what's that.
the
What's
yellow?
that last one on there? Well, I think the last one is the yellow one. The actual picture up there of the actual one. I think that one they said was the yellow one. So maybe the orange one. But anyway, regardless, we have the red one, Pac-Man Ghost. This is from what I could tell, these kind of range from 81 to 82. The red one was a bid. A little bit of a two-bidding war went on. $22.50 earlier this month. The blue one sold on a fixed price of $20 late last month. The pink one, which does not work, so I added that so that you'll know it does not work, but still brought in $15 kind of mid-January earlier this year. And I believe they had this one in the auction listed as the yellow one, even though it does kind of look kind of like faded yellow, possibly the orange one. Sold for $22 on a fixed price mid-January as well. Now, before we go to the next slide, I will say one of the interesting things that that Matthew told me was that as he got older and his grandfather, he kind of kept the collection. He kept collecting, but the collection kind of began to focus more on a certain genre of wind-up toys as opposed to the kitty style toys. So as both Matthew grew up and became a man, and obviously the grandfather, already a man, found a manly humor in adult wind-up toys, or mature. We should say mature wind-up toys. So I told him these up. Well, these are not Tomy, by the way. These are not Tomy. These are all from Pipe Dream Products. The first one we have, and they are covered up by tape. I didn't do this. The sellers did this. These are adult novelty wind-up toys. The first one is called Sergeant Stroker, and it is exactly what it sounds like when you wind it up and let it go. This is from 1999. It's a Pipe Dream product. This one sold mid-January for $80, still on card. And next over, we have Vicky and her Vibe. And it is exactly what you would think. She is holding an adult toy, and when you wind her up and let it go, she starts playing with it. This is from 1999. Again, Pipe Dream. This sold for a fixed price of $50 back in early December of last year. And then from we have Happy Boys Action from 1998. This sold for $35 mid-January of this year. And lastly, we have Fun Loving Couple from 1999, sold for $33 on a fixed price sale, also from January 11th of last month.
They're having adult fun.
So not nearly as many of these out there on eBay as there are the Tomy ones, but these are out there. They are for sale. Actually, these are sold unless they come up for resale.
Yeah, Bruce bought that third.
But they are
and they're more expensive than
they are more expensive. Now, I'm not saying again, before I get yelled at by Matthew, I'm not saying that Matthew's grandfather has these exact ones. I don't know exactly what he has.
I kind of want to look for Wind Up Vicky and her Vibe. I think that's.
I don't know which ones he has. He only told me that Matthew, I believe, only told me that his grandfather kind of collect the more mature ones. I believe he said is how. Of course, when you say that to me, my mind immediately goes right to the gutter.
Found these. You didn't find the ones that they bought. You found some different ones. So you're a sick bastard, man.
I had no idea which ones. But I didn't interview his grandfather. I have no idea which ones he has. If his grandfather is up for an interview and a show and tell, I'm very happy to oblige. But yeah, these are. I just did a little search again. My algorithm is not surprised by anything I plug into it nowadays, and it came up with these when I did some searches. So.
Thank you, Matthew.
That's what we have for That's Not a Comic.
I like it. I think they're great. I think they're fantastic. All righty. So for a little spotlight, I figure we do a little mini spotlight this week, looking at 3 artists that I like to pick up their stuff because I can normally find some of their stuff pretty cheap. Especially the Paul Renaud and some of the Richard Corbin stuff I can find every now and then pretty reasonable. Some of the Jaime Hernandez stuff is a little bit pricey, but there's a lot of stuff out there. So I figured, hey, I'm going to show you 3 artists that I like to look for. They're books that are out there that maybe you didn't realize that this was the artist that might have done that cover that you're looking at. So starting off, Paul Renaud, who is French artist. He's also probably one of the best Deja Thoris artists. He has some great Deja Thoris covers, and he's done a good number of Deja Thoris covers for Dynamite as well. But he started off with some Red Sonja covers, and his Red Sonja covers are also very gorgeous. But he's done a fair amount of work across the board with the mainstreams as well. Had some Guardians of the Galaxy there, had a Warriors cover, a little Firestar action. He did some of the Black Panther stuff where you had Shuri there as Black Panther. Did some Miss Marvel stuff, Hawkeye and Mockingbird. If you're a Mockingbird fan, there's not a lot of Mockingbird stuff out there. Did some Dungeons and Dragons covers. His dragons and snakes and stuff are always pretty cool as well. But he found a very nice niche in his Sonya stuff, Deja Thoris.
That's a good red. I like that Red Sonja. It'd be better without the barcode, but still.
Yeah. Yeah, Dynamite. What are you going to do?
Thank you, RP.
I'm sure there was a Virgin cover of it somewhere.
Appreciate it, RP.
Yeah.
Always appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, buddy. But yeah, his Deja Thoris covers, I think, are fantastic. Starting with that Warlord of Mars Deja Thoris series, his Deja covers are some of the best, and they're always extremely reasonable out there to be able to pick up if you want to pick up some Deja stuff. When Danger Girl had a crossover with Army of Darkness, he did the covers on that as well. Dynamite did a little Kirby Genesis. He did a handful of the covers on that. He did a good number of Vampy covers as well. I like his Vampy covers. He has his own. Every Vampy artist has kind of their own style, which I kind of enjoy. Some artists I like more than others. I like his Vampy covers. They all once you start to see them, you'll have a decent eye when you're flipping through a box to know, okay, that's Paul Renaud cover, that's Paul Renaud cover, that's Paul Renaud cover. His signature is pretty distinct as well, but like I said, his art style is pretty distinct, makes it pretty easy to figure out who's doing what on these covers. Again, his Deja Thoris stuff is fantastic. This is back when Dynamite was doing all those red covers as well, so you can get those sketch covers in red, which were kind of nice. He did the 25th anniversary Mass Effect. He did a cover on that. Again, with the Deja. Again, he had some really good Vampy covers, and it's some of the earlier Dynamite stuff. There's just some good Vampy stuff on there. You could also get some of the covers from Dynamite in black and white as well, which were pretty nice. So from that Danger Girl Army of Darkness run, there was a nice little black and white cover as well. Yeah, and some of those places do not like Deja, because a lot of times it looks like she's not wearing a top. Those little gold things that cover the nipples. Sometimes, depending on the artist that's drawing it,
they blend out the shade of the color of the.
Yeah. They quite often do. Yeah. And thank you very much, Paul, for the super chat. Appreciate it.
Oh, thank you, Paul.
He did the Thunderbolts cover, which is the homage of the Jim Lee cover.
Yep. The Wolverine.
Yep.
Black Widow.
Black Widow and Captain America.
Yep.
But we'll get Luke Cage on there. Again, his Vampy color covers are very nice. I'm trying to push Jedi into picking up another artist of Vampirella. But I love his Vampy covers. I think they're fun. Let's see here. Great X-Force Venomized cover on Uncanny X-Force.
That X-Force book, that one is actually a lot of money. It actually has the value on that one is actually up there.
That I hopped out for a second. Can you go back one slide? Is that second one from the left? Is that an homage, or is that an original?
That's a homage. That's the homage cover from the X-Men, Wolverine, Captain America, and
no, the second one from
the second one.
Second one from the left.
It feels like it's a Weird Tales homage, but it's
because there was it's not like a Dave Stevens or anything, is it? No. Did we thank Paul or something for this? Appreciate it, Paul.
Yes, we did.
Okay, all right. No, because there's a cover. I can't remember who did the cover, but it's a Dallas Fan Expo of Vampirella. Is it Vampirella or something? No, it's like a cowgirl or something leaning, because it's Texas, right? Because Dallas, but it's like, and she's leaning over an R2D2, kind of like that.
It is.
Yeah, I'll have to see if I can find it. I have it.
Well, listen,
I have it. It's not a Vampirella cover. It's just
there's a cover. There's a cover by Adam Hughes with all the girls on the cover. It's a Star Wars cover, and then there's also a Boba Fett Dallas Fan Expo Boba Fett cover. I think there's like 2 or 3 Star Wars covers that came out in the Fan Expos.
I wonder if I can find it real quick. Go ahead. I won't hold you up. Go ahead. Maybe I'll see if I can find it real quick. It certainly looks like that one. It certainly seems like it's an homage to that, maybe. But
yeah,
anyway.
I think most of what he does is cover work. I don't know if he did a ton of interiors. I think there's some books where he did do all the interiors and the covers, but most of it was cover work. Again, good Danger Girl Army of Darkness cover. I'll never poo-poo a Danger Girl cover. Again, I love the Vampirella stuff, but he's actually done a decent amount of Star Wars stuff. He did, I guess, all the A covers for Lost Tribe of the Sith, Spiral.
Yep. I remember that one. Yeah.
He did a nice.
Okay, it didn't take me that long. It didn't take me long at all.
It?
Yeah, it's actually, so this has to be some sort of homage. I don't know who did this cover, but this has to be an homage to that cover you just showed.
Here, let me pull you up there.
Oh yeah, that one. That's the Star Power. Yes, that cover. But that's a Dallas Fan Expo.
I believe that's Dallas Fan Expo. I think.
I will find.
It's Power Hour.
Yeah,
I will find the original.
It is Kingdom Dallas Fan Expo exclusive. Yeah, that's what it says. But I mean, it looks like it's an homage to that RENARD cover that you just had up there, where Vampirella's leaning over that cauldron looking thing.
Font.
Yeah.
He did a great Angela cover on an exclusive as well on that Guardians of the Galaxy. Did a fun Archie cover as well. He did a few Archies and some Katie Keene as well. But it's a good little homage with the picture being the original that they're homaging as well, which is kind of nice on the Archie cover. Did a cover on the Future Quest. The Hanna-Barbera DC Future Quest books were just fun.
Thanks, Deb.
A
lot of characters I enjoyed. He did most of the A covers on Captain Phasma as well.
Captain Phasma, that actually limited series was pretty good. That limited series.
Yeah.
The one thing I can honestly say about that the sequel trilogy characters, even though she died like crappy and the way they used her, but that book was actually pretty good.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. He did all the A covers for Thrawn as well.
Yes.
So like I said, he's just kind of one of those names that you don't think about. But then when you look at some of the books he did, you're like, oh, shit. It happens a lot when I'm looking through artists sometimes. Like, God, I didn't realize he did all these. He did a nice little exclusive on Deadpool 1 as well. He did, I think this was the C cover on West Coast Avengers, which is a decent book in terms of those characters were fun. Plus, you got a lot of that first Kate Bishops and all that fun stuff in there. So West Coast Avengers, good book, nice little seat cover to pick up. He did a handful of covers on that run of Vader as well. So when we got our what was it, Ochi? Was that his name?
Yeah, Ochi. Yeah.
Ochi.
Yeah.
Ochi.
Who looked like he was going to be cool and ended up being completely useless.
Yeah,
He was Vader's punching bag. Yeah.
And in the sequel trilogy, they found his skull with the blade that they had to find in the Red Skull.
Yeah. So he did some of those Vaders as well. So that's our Paul Renaud. Like I said, a guy who did some. There's some bigger books in there. Those Thrawn books are good.
That West Coast Adventure book, I think, has a pretty good price to it too. I think.
You can get them. You can get them a lot cheaper now. But there have definitely been times where that book has popped a few times. Yeah, well,
especially now after Secret Wars, we're supposed to get the West Coast Avengers out, and Haley Steinfeld is supposed to be playing Hawkeye. So.
So like I said, he has a lot of stuff out there. So it's artists you can keep an eye out for going through those boxes sometimes. And again, if you're a Deja Thoris fan, he has some great stuff out there. Jaime Hernandez, I had to touch on him at least. At some point, I need to do a more deeper dive on the Hernandez brothers in general. But him and his brother putting out Love and Rockets, which fantastic series. He has been just a wonderful, consistent underground comics, indie comics standby for going on 40 years now. So got Love and Rockets there. A lot of the books him and his brother both work on. So a lot of times, especially with Love and Rockets, half the covers or Jaime covers, half of them are Gilbert covers. But the Love and Rockets covers I always enjoy. There's just a certain aesthetic to his art that I just really, really dig. Did Mechanics as well. Renegade Romance, great cover. Did a handful of little one-offs. So you had Love and Rockets Bonanza, where you had one cover that he did, one cover that his brother did. Like I said, I love the Love and Rockets stuff. I pick up Love and Rockets stuff whenever I can. Great cover on Real Girl. There's always a good amount of humor in his covers, which I really enjoy. He did one of the covers for Sally Forth in that Eros run where you had a different artist on every one, ending with that Big Boy Adam Hughes book, which I bid on an auction last night, but was not going to spend $230 for what it went for last night. For the Hughes Sally Forth. But such is life. And you will start to notice some wrestling themes in some of his books as well, and just straight up wrestling in some of his books, which make it a lot of fun as well. So Girl Crazy, fun little series as well. He did a series Whoa Nelly, where he had female wrestlers. All of the covers on Whoa Nelly are absolutely fantastic. I do enjoy the Dirty Stories as well. It's just a fun cover. Penny Century, which is one of my favorite series that he did in terms of just really fun covers. Did a little one-off there for Mona for Kitchen Sink Press. Did I think about 3 covers for Transmetropolitan when it was in its Vertigo run. Again, the Whoa Nelly stuff, I love the old female wrestling covers. They're just fun. And he actually did a couple covers for Tales of the Bizarro World as well, which I enjoy because I'm a huge Bizarro fan. And the one where he's playing the puppeteer on Bizarro World is just a really fantastic cover. There is, I believe, a version of the Bizarro World one where I forget whether it's the back cover or it's the B cover, is the Matt Groening cover, creator of The Simpsons as well, with the Bizarro cover. But again, his Love and Rocket stuff has always been fantastic. I like that he draws women a little bit thicker with big tits. Makes me happy. He did the little one shot there from Boom, right before CBGB's
Joe
was
doesn't hold
closing.
back.
Did a nice little cover, into the mainstream as well. Did a nice little cover for Strange Tales. Sandman in this is the best character in this cover, if you ask me. You have to look for him, but when you find him, you'll understand how fantastic that cover is. He did do some Archie as well, and he collabed with Allred on a Doom Patrol cover as well. So again, at some point, I think we'll go into a deeper dive on the Hernandez brothers, because they both have some just fantastic stuff out there, and they have been a mainstay of the indie comic world for 40 years now. God, I'm old. Last up on my list is somebody who probably draws some of the weirdest, creepiest goddamn covers that you'll see. Richard Corbin. He loves braless women and really creepy monsters. And that to me is always a winning combination for things. You can find a lot of his work in a lot of these old like eerie books and stuff like that. Did a lot of covers on a lot of those magazines, but then he did a lot of these rip-off press books, which were small scale little indie books, which just had just some amazing, really creepy monster covers. Anomaly was a great cover. Anytime he's drawing a dinosaur, I just think they're just badass looking, the level of detail that he puts into it. I've not seen one cover where any woman that he's ever drawn has ever worn a bra. I could definitely say that for sure. And the tits swing. I could tell you that much. They're very rarely evenly lined up. They're heaving and moving in many of his covers. The Comics International magazine that went out, he had a lot of covers on there as well. Like I said, his eerie stuff is absolutely fantastic. Any of his like weird dinosaur stuff is really cool. Did some heavy metal covers as well. I love the Jaws of Death special issue. It's a great shark cover for all you shark cover collectors out there.
And you know what? There's more people out there that do collect shark covers than you think.
There's a lot.
It is a thing.
No,
it is a thing.
It really is.
Yep. No, that's been a genre of collectors for quite a while. Yeah. Back.
Oh yeah.
Ghost Rider has a shark cover that a lot of people go for, and
people sharks or Jaws homages as well.
Especially that Bizarre Sex book right there. It's awesome.
Oh, the Bizarre Sex one is a fantastic cover. That is one of my favorite covers of his.
You know, it's funny.
I thought that was a frog, man. I thought that was a frog or something.
I thought it was a frog.
Oh no, I had to cover up some things on that cover. But for all you dollar bin diggers, I find Twisted Tales in dollar bins all the time. A lot of this PC Pacific Comic stuff that was out there.
Yeah,
I love the covers.
I really like those eerie covers, and those are just fun. Those are creepy. Like, I mean, I know a lot of.
You don't see that much stuff like it.
Yeah, like painted covers like that. They're just they're really cool.
Yeah. I enjoy his heavy metal covers as well. He did a couple Turtles covers as well. There was a fold out cover on Turtles 2.
Hey, speaking about Turtles, man, you see the crossover Turtles and G.I. Joe? They have the toys.
I saw the toys.
Pretty awesome,
man. I saw the turtle all in black that looks like Snake Eyes. Yeah,
that's Snake Eyes. That's Snake Eyes. You have you have Shredder as Cobra Commander. You have Krang as Destro. Kind of cool. Rocksteady and Bebop as the Dreadnoks. And you have Slash as Storm Shadow, which is actually really awesome.
Like I said, he had a lot of indie titles, which were mainly him as well, doing a lot of the art. So you had Rip in Time, you had Children of Fire, and a one-off here on Death Rattle. Again, you can see that second Rip in Time. Those things are not constrained in any way, shape, or form. They are flowing freely in that shirt. Also did Den as well. Son of Mutant World has some just really weird covers. Just really cool, really weird covers. And like I said, a lot of these books, sometimes they're hard to find. Sometimes they'll go for a decent amount on the secondary market because they are hard to find. But a lot of these things every now and then they will fall in places that have big dollar bins. You can sometimes find a handful of these books that'll be floating in there. Again, he had another Turtles book. Like I said, I love his heavy metal covers. He did covers on Alien versus Predator as well. So there were some fun covers there. He did the covers for Aliens Alchemy. He did Spectre 54. That's your first appearance of Mr. Terrific. So that's a big key book there. I did some Weird War Tales, some covers. He did, I think, 3 or 4 covers on Jim Lee's C-23 on Image. Flinch, extremely creepy covers for Vertigo. He found a nice home with Vertigo for some of the work that he had because it was great. Did some Congo Bill covers as well over at Marvel. He did Banner. He did, I think, 4 or 5 of the covers on Banner.
That's a cool cover.
Yeah, it's a weird looking Hulk, but it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
He did one of my favorite Luke Cage covers on Cage number 3 there. Nice little Punisher Max. If you want, DC put out those solo books. So there is a Richard Corbin solo book out there as well. Did a handful of Swamp Thing covers. Everyone loves Swamp Thing. And why not have somebody that draws really creepy monsters well do Swamp Thing? Did some Ghost Rider as well there, Jedi. Wouldn't leave you out. He did a couple fun Ghost Rider covers. Did the Dark Horse Night with the Living Dead covers as well. Some good ones in there. He did, I think, 3 or so Hellboy covers. Did 1 Jonah Hex cover. I'm a big Jonah Hex fan, so I enjoy that. His H.P. Lovecraft's Haunt of Horror covers are really good. That's probably one of the best Cable covers. It's just so damn creepy. I
have that Cable cover.
It's great. It's a great cover.
It's cool.
Unknown Soldier, which was a good series. He did a cover on that as well. Did Buzzard, which was a Goon spinoff, which is a fun little cover there as well. Did the covers for Ragemore, which was a Dark Horse. He did a handful of Dark Horse things where had some like Edgar Allan Poe style stuff. Another possibly one of his creepiest books that he did was Rat God. That is possibly that is a nightmare-inducing cover on Rat God. It just creeps me out every time I look at it and makes me a little bit uncomfortable. And he passed in 2000. So he did a run on his Shadows of the Grave series, which, again, also has really fantastic covers. But then his kind of last final art cover was on Vampirus Carmilla, which is a magazine put out by Warrant, not Warren, but Warrant magazine kind of relaunched a lot of these Warren-style titles. Which I highly suggest. You get a lot of really, really good covers. You'll find Frazetta popping on there sometimes. A lot of the great people that used to do Vampirella and stuff like that, you'll find their covers on a handful of these Warrant reissue books that they're putting out that are interesting. And finally, I guess this would, in theory, be considered his last cover, even though he had passed for some years, which was kind of a reuse of his art on Epitaphs from the Abyss. Had a nice little Richard Corbin EC homage variant there. So that is our Richard Corbin. That is our Jaime Hernandez, and that is our Paul Renault. So those are our mini spotlights for the night. 3 artists that were all very, very different. but are definitely ones that you can find at a lot of different price points, and definitely have unique art styles that are fun to look at. So that's what we got for this week, kids.
Good.
Thank you.
Jedi, do you, no collectibles this week?
No. We'll save that toward the end of the month.
Still filling the queue. Dom's going to be able to help you significantly because he's going to the toy fair this weekend.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
Okay.
So what we're reading? Did you read anything this week, Dom?
I read the G.I. Joe and I read the Transformers continuation. And like I said, they introduced two brand new Joes to the fold when it so see, the thing is, it's funny when you come up with names of characters. It's hard to come up with names of characters because a lot of the names are used. So you got the girl, her name is RC, and G.I. Joe's in the same universe as Transformers. You have RC Transformer too as well. So I don't know what happens if she took the name because of Transformer RC, but not. But yeah, so I read that, and I read the continuation to the story last month. Transformers is pretty good.
Skybound seems to be doing pretty well with their G.I. Joe line, their Transformers line. It's for the industry that we follow. You know how fast things disappear, or fall off, or people lose interest in. It's nice that people are still interested in the G.I. Joe. They're still interested in the Transformers books. They're still buying them. Yeah. They're still doing well. They're still selling well.
The toys are still going strong. Now the GI Joe classifieds are going. So it's irrelevant. Like in the next couple of years, we're going to get a Transformer GI Joe cartoon. So an animated cartoon more for adults. Which
they teased in that last Transformers movie. They teased the crossover.
GI Joe exactly too. You got that. I also read Wrestling Heist. We had we had Kyle on last night on the show, on the wrestling show, about his comic Wrestling Heist, which is actually a really good read, man. If you're into wrestling and heist movies, you combine them both together, and it's a fun read, man. I read that, and we had a good time last night. He likes to talk too. So
is that a one shot or is it going to be a series?
No, it's a series.
It's a limited series. It's
and just so you know, because Image Comics is doing Invincible covers across all the Image title. Well, I don't know if it's every Image title, but it feels like every Image title. There is a Wrestling Heist Incredible
Invincible
crossover cover that will be coming out as well.
Yeah, the also is an Invincible Transformer cover too, which is kind of cool. You have Soundwave on the cover, which makes it even better. So I will be getting that cover. So
nice.
Yeah. So nice. Yeah. So I read those. Good reads. It's funny. All Image. And Image got some good stuff, man. And there's a lot of good things.
Like I said, they're plugging along. They've built out that universe and built a nice fan base, and they haven't seemed to shit the bed yet. So that's because
they have something for everyone. You get a lot of horror, you have action, you have sci-fi, and you have different genres, superheroes. There's so much stuff that they're pushing out in Image now. So
good stuff.
Say, man.
Jedi, what do you got for us this week?
So this week, in addition to the Blood Red, I read Grim Tales of Terror, which I'd never read before. I thought going in it was going to be kind of those 3 horror story type things, like Tales from the Crypt and things. Little things I like to read, but this was not
characters.
Yeah, this was not. It was just one big story. It was a one shot basically, but it was a full comic story. I don't even want to go into it. It started off like it was going to be pretty good, about an artist whose inspiration was his daughter, and then he dies and leaves her all the rights to his books, of which he never finished the final chapter or the final episode or the final novel, I guess, in whatever trilogy or however many books this was. As much as people pressed him to do it, he went through his entire life without ever finishing it. And then when he died, he turned it over to her. And that's when it got kind of silly. And come to find out, long story short, is the reason he never finished it is because he made some deal with the demon that as soon as something about all this success, but as soon as he finished writing it, then he basically had to pay the piper. So he never finished it, and it just got kind of silly at the end. So I don't necessarily recommend this, but so then I read.
So what we can say is we probably won't be having too many Zenoscope books on a 5-minute review anytime soon.
It depends. It really depends. Yeah, I don't know. Again, I thought this was going to be kind of a little anthology of quick little short stories that I like to read when I have a little bit of time, but this turned out to be more of just a whole comic story. But anyway, the thing on the doorstep, which I'm going to show a little bit of my lack of education, especially when it comes to literature. I did not know that this was a Lovecraft short story. the thing on the doorstep. Although as I started reading this comic, it quickly began to feel like an old scary short story, whether it was like Lovecraft or what's that other guy about the Raven? I can't think of his name now.
Poe? Edgar Allan Poe?
Poe, yeah, Poe. It quickly began to feel like that. So I don't know if anybody on the panel is familiar with the thing on the doorstep. I certainly was not. But so basically I don't know how many issues this is going to be. I don't know if I'll continue to read this or not. I might, just because it's in comic form and it is kind of, maybe I'll feel a little more educated and, when I finish reading it, like, hey, I read, a Lovecraft short story.
I think Dark Horse has a couple Lovecraft titles out now too. Right? Lovecraft's making a little resurgence.
This story basically starts off with a man killing another man in an insane asylum. The one guy looks very Joker. Actually it's in Arkham Asylum too. I was beginning to wonder. I was like, is this a DC thing? And then I was like, no, it's Image. But then it jumps way back to their childhood. These two people, both the killer and the killee, and we're kind of working our way through their childhood as they grow up into adulthood, and we don't even get at the end of issue 1. We haven't really got to why the one guy kills the other at the end of issue 1. So I don't know how many issues this is going to be. But anyway, it's a Lovecraft short story made into a comic book.
On to the titties.
So the final girl, what is it? Final Girl Next Door or something. So this is a Kickstarter. This is the reason I backed it is the
I know why.
The Dravakis cover. Basically, the final girl. By the way, well, let me get to that because I know you're going to ask. But it's the story of a girl who survives a Friday the 13th Crystal Lake type scenario as a teenager. And then I think she's actually still a teenager. So she's like the final girl. She survived and she's escaped. And now she's like moving around. I don't know if she's necessarily on the run, but she's moving around. She's living kind of a secret life, not really making any friends or anything. And we come to find out the reason why is creatures, monsters, killers all seem to kind of gravitate towards her. For some reason, they all want to kill her. Not just the one that, from the beginning of the story, but all these killers seem like have it out for her. So they're all like gunning for her. And 2 is she welcomes it because she will take them out. She sets traps for them. She's basically luring them in. But she doesn't make any friends. But in this story where she actually, there's a boy that lives next door, a young man that lives next door that basically has a crush, and he's very shy, and he finally has the nerve to ask her out. Just as one of these serial killer monsters decides to strike, and he finds himself in the middle of just complete chaos, as she is like both being the hunter and the hunted, and he's kind of like, what the fuck is going on type of scenario. So pretty good. I mean, I'll probably keep reading this one. It's kind of a fun little story. It is a kind of a slasher monster serial killer type of vibe to it, a Friday the 13th, or that type of thing. I know.
And as a Kickstarter, it had good covers. I find
it did.
Yeah, I got the Yum covers from this one because I really enjoyed the Yum covers on that. And that was kind of my gateway to Yum, this book initially. Well, thank you for reading it, so I don't have to open it.
So the thing about it's become pretty standard. So where does this fall on the Vanya Lost Warrior? Not even. I mean, the interior art of this book is drawn like a Saturday morning cartoon. It has gore, it has blood splatter, etc., etc. But it is nothing. This is one of those comics where it's really a lot of cover candy when it comes to the Yum and the Drabakas, and the cover very portrays this character as a very sexy, well-endowed, sexy, as you see here, type of woman. But the internal art is complete opposite. I mean, it's just very, very Saturday morning cartoon with blood splatter and severed heads type of thing. But no sex, no nudity, nothing in the internal. I'm
gonna have to make you a graphic for the Vanya scale.
Yeah. So this is I think the story's pretty good, but it's not even. There's no, at least not yet. There's zero. Much other than the gore and the violence, there's zero mature content in this.
No, but good cover candy.
Yeah.
I wish I would have read this week, but my books, which I went through, were delivered today, this afternoon, in the slush by my mailbox. So I have not had a chance to read anything this week, and of course, Styx didn't read anything this week because he's in a car somewhere. Probably getting closer and closer to you, Dom.
Yeah, great.
So with that, I guess we just have our All right. I just went with an oldie but goodie this week. I highly suggest, while it's still available, Tubi has a fine selection of giallo, Italian horror films, and Argento's Tenebrae is one of his best. I know people like Suspiria. Suspiria can be a little weird at times. Tenebrae is pretty straightforward. Good slasher film. Good nudity. Solid story.
I like the movie poster. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, keeps you guessing. You got John Saxon in it. Everyone loves John Saxon. So basically you have an author who writes horror type novels, who's relatively popular, goes over to Italy. He's promoting his book, and there's kind of these trail of murders that keep following him, and people feel that it's somebody who is obsessed with his books. And that's all I'm going to say, because I don't want to ruin any of the plot twists and turns and fun stuff that goes on in this movie. But if you like to watch a fun, good slasher movie where you're going to see some sexy girls not really clothed at random times in the movie as well, it is the perfect type of movie to see. So I highly suggest it. It's free on Tubi, and it's a good dip your toe into Argento, and then you can move into Fulci.
Wait, okay. Did you say I have to read subtitles or not? I can't remember. What did you say?
No, it's in English.
Okay, well, maybe then.
Yeah. It's worth it. Like I said, this is the best way to kind of start to dip your toe into Italian slasher films, which is a wonderful genre of amazing directors.
What year again? I'm sorry.
This was mid-70s.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Wow, that poster looks pretty modern for a mid-70s.
They redid the poster.
They redid the poster, I guess. Yeah. Okay. All right.
I watched an Italian movie last night, which I believe was called "Strip Naked for Your Killer," which was an Italian. And let me tell you, some of the biggest bushes I have ever seen in my life.
70s bush
in that movie.
Nice.
Wow, it was. I mean, and it started you off right from the go with it. I was like, wow, that's. I didn't waste any time there. But
so. Joe might be a little proud of me. I actually watched a show on Tubi because I could not find it anywhere else, and I wanted to watch it. I wanted to watch it because I've been, as you guys know, the last couple of weeks I've been talking on the show. I've been kind of on this zombie movie tear, or not tear really. I watch one or two a week maybe. But this one I've seen before, I'm sure of it. But I watched on Tubi Return of the Living Dead.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
From I think like 85. And where the teenagers are partying in the cemetery and the stuff.
Send more paramedics. Send more paramedics.
Send more. Yeah. So the only my takeaway from that is the character. I had to write it down because I'm going to forget things. The character Trash, the pink-haired girl that like strips naked and starts dancing and actually spends probably a lot of the movie either butt naked or wearing just a raincoat. My God, he was pretty hot. Now I might not have been off. I probably wasn't allowed to watch that.
Let me ask you a question. What she said? Her nightmare is being torn apart by a bunch of
old men eating her. Yeah, that's her nightmare. Her name is Linnea Quigley. Of course, she's probably in her 70s by now. But wow.
Yeah, you also had the dude from the Price Right
commercial. Pretty hot.
The freaking the Pathmark commercials. That was in it. The
what
guy also, the two guys that were in the grave, they were in the cemetery and they sucked in the gases.
Oh yeah, the guys that were in the
moratoriums.
They were in the medical supply war room or whatever. So yeah, I watched that. That was pretty good, but I had to stuff it through commercials, but I had to do what I had to do. Another show that I watched was kind of silly because we like to talk about these little silly shows on here before we kind of get to some other stuff.
There you go, Jedi. Yeah,
I know you can't show, but she gets like butt naked really quick, and she's freaking hot. That's all I gotta say. She's hot. You can go back and visit that movie if you just want to see her, because again, get it out of your mind that she's like 70 something years old probably right now, but he was smoking back then. Good Lord. I watched all right, raise your hand if you've ever watched Hell Comes to Frogtown.
I have watched that, but it's been many, many years. She's 67, by the way, right now.
67, okay. Hell Comes to Frogtown, Rowdy Roddy Piper.
It's a great movie.
And it's got what's her name? Sandra Bergman. Sandral Sandahl, who I guess was I think she played Red Sonja or something at one point too. But anyway, I got about halfway through that. Not because it's I got halfway through it and my wife came in and I turned it off, not because it's like super dirty, although there is nudity, but I just knew it was something my wife wouldn't want to she wouldn't be interested in it at all because it's so dumb.
She was
But,
Valeria. She was Valeria in Conan.
Conan, okay. But yeah, she was pretty hot back in the day too. Now she's obviously pretty old now too, but she's pretty
no
hot.
Sybil Danning, but then again, who is?
Yeah, she's no Sybil Danning. But no, so I got to get through the rest of that because I turned it off because I knew my wife would not be interested at all. Again, not because it's super dirty, because it's not. It's silly, super silly.
Yes.
One of the reasons I wanted to watch is because I don't think I'd ever seen it before, and I really liked Roddy Piper in They Live, and I really wanted to see if it had any of those iconic like one-liners, like like I'm here to kick ass and chew bubble gum, and I'm all out of bubble gum. I really wanted to see if he had any of those, like, and I haven't seen any yet. So this, it's probably why it did not nearly as popular as They Live, but I haven't seen any of those yet. But I'll get through that probably this weekend.
Yeah,
but,
she was Queen Gedrin, I believe, in the Red Zone.
Okay, yeah. She's pretty attractive, or was back in the day. The only other things I've watched that I'll comment on are I'm caught up on The Beauty. I don't know, Joe.
As am I. I am finally caught up on The Beauty.
Okay, here's what I was saying. Now, I love the comic book series. I love it. I don't hate them. I don't hate the series because again, it's a prequel. I feel like to the comic books. So there's no, and I don't really feel like you can. I don't even feel like you could mess with the canon of the comics because I don't really feel like there is any canon to that comic. But that dance sequence of what's his name?
Oh yeah, Ashton Kutcher.
Ashton Kutcher. That whole dance sequence where he's like,
they're gonna Ryan Murphy it up. That's just.
If I actually went on their Instagram, you can go on there and verify. I went on the Instagram of like where Ashton Kutcher
of The Beauty.
He was watching. Ashton Kutcher was watching that scene, and he was kind of cringing. But I made a comment. I was like, dude, if there is no season 2 to The Beauty, I blame this one scene right here. I blame this one scene if this show gets canceled because it was awful. I hated it. It was cringy. It was terrible.
After everything that had happened, I was like, I'm invested. I was starting to really get into it and enjoy it, and then that took me right out of it.
Yeah, it was awful. I don't know what they were thinking doing that. It was they could have just taken that out and just did anything else. It's not so much I hated the backstory, but God, I'm not watching that.
What is wrong with you? Why are you watching Star Trek Academy?
I don't know.
Hey, Becky Lynch was in there from WWE.
But yeah, if they cancel that series, I blame that one scene because it was god awful and it was just terrible. The only other thing I'll say this week, and then I'll turn it over. I did finish Lincoln Lawyer. I know you finished it. You binged it like hard. You hardcore binged it. I did finish that this week. I was watching that with the wife. I fear that show. I really enjoy that show. Once you get into it, I think it's really good. I fear maybe they might have jumped the shark on that one because now I don't want to throw spoilers out, but the end of it, the new character they brought in at the very end of it, I feel like now they're just kind of reaching for
it feels
plot
like
and stuff, and I'm like,
it feels like that should have just kind of been the last season. And I think that would have been okay.
Yeah, but I do enjoy the season a lot. It's the kind of season that it's the kind of show that it really will kind of irritate you, especially at the beginning, and some of the stuff he does that he makes decisions that you probably wouldn't make yourself because but I will say that one the district attorney in this one,
I was getting so mad, and they made me.
I guess kudos to her because I guess that's how they wanted that character to be that annoying and just piss off everybody.
Yeah.
And unlikable. My wife wanted to like throw shit at the television. She hated that character so much. She was like, just, and that was the only bad thing at the end when that district attorney was supposed to get up and make the again, I don't throw too many spoilers, but the end when she kind of had her penance, she had to pay. She had to get up and kind of in front of the cameras and basically exonerate the Lincoln lawyer. I wanted them to make a bigger deal out of that. I wanted her to get up there and like look like an idiot, and we get to watch her like really eat crow. But they barely glossed right over it.
They Doctor Who'd it. They they wrapped it up in the last 10 minutes.
Yeah, they really kind of rushed through that. But all right, that's it. That's my big. I did watch Shrinking too, but that's really it.
I will tell you, it's very difficult if you're trying to watch Lincoln Lawyer and you're trying to watch Will Trent in the same time periods.
Oh, I'm not caught up on Will Trent.
My head just kept mixing up the two characters because they both kind of have the same mannerisms.
Yeah, I like Lincoln Lawyer better than Will Trent.
I like Lincoln Lawyer better than Will Trent as well.
Yeah.
Hey, Will Trent's a pretty good show. You know,
it was.
I don't know. I haven't watched it while we watched the first season.
I watched it, Terry.
Yeah.
We'll agree to disagree.
Yeah. I have been I'm not a big Star Trek guy person anyway, but yeah, based on some of the stuff I've heard about Star Trek Academy, I got waved off pretty early. I'm like, no, I'll find something else.
What did you hear?
That it's they shove stuff down your throat.
It's for an audience that I feel is a different audience than
You're saying that it's an agenda-filled TV show.
That's what I've heard. That's what I've heard. Yeah, I mean, I haven't watched it, so I can't verify that with any certainty. But that's certainly what I've heard. And if that's true, then I don't want.
That's what they try to do.
There's plenty of other stuff. I'm not a big Star Trek person anyway. I mean, I stopped watching Star Trek shows back after Deep Space Nine or something. I haven't watched Star Trek.
I like the original Star Trek, and I like the Wrath of Khan. You know, and I actually like the reboot by J.J. Abrams. That was actually pretty good. The first two, actually I liked all three of them. I thought it was good. I thought it had a great cast. I'm not like a big Star Trek. My brother is. Geeks out of me. Follow me on his Instagram.
Badlands is free now.
Badlands
on Hulu.
Yeah, Badlands.
I did watch that today.
I'm actually gonna watch that.
I kind of enjoyed it.
Oh yeah, I thought you hadn't seen it yet. Okay, all right.
No, I wait till shit's free. I pay too much for streaming. Yeah. Shit, I'll wait till it's free. And I enjoyed it. It was not your typical Predator movie, but I'm okay with that. It was watchable and enjoyable.
You know what the crazy thing is? This is the thing that baffles my mind. I know I'm a very critical person when it comes to shows. I get mad when things don't go the way I want it to, and they put it out there because apparently it's not for me anymore. It's for the newer generation out there, this and that. You know, but give or take, even if they do something new, they still get criticized for doing something new. You know, you have to change things up because it does get complacent if you continue to do the same thing over and over and over again. You got to change things up, make things different. You know, and it's hard this day and age, and I understand. You know,
I have not watched Wonder Man yet.
I didn't watch Wonder Man.
It's good. I really enjoyed Wonder Man.
You know, but I understand that, you know, we're us three right here are at that age, that nostalgia stuff we like from the 70s, 80s, and even in the 90s. You know,
I got I'm sorry, Dom. I wanted to cut you off because we're gonna give you a chance here in just a second to talk about something. But before you do, I wanted to ask Joe. So at the end of Badlands, because it's out on streaming yet, so if you haven't seen it and you're worried about spoilers, go.
Had your chance.
Yeah, you had your chance. We don't need a sequel to that where he's like deals with his mom, right? I mean that's the end. The mom comes down. We're like, we don't need to know how that shit ends. Give us another. Move on to another story. I don't care. I don't care if mom's mad at him. I don't care.
I don't need a sequel. I understand that they set up a sequel.
Yeah, I don't need it
if they want. I did enjoy. I like the I like the Predator universe, Weyland-Yutani universe being more meshed together. I thought that was fun. I think that opens up a lot of different ways that they can go with things.
I hope the way, and I've done no reading into this at all, but I hope the director and the writers, I hope that was just a punchline joke at the end, like, oh shit, mom's home.
Yeah.
You know, that was just a joke, not setting up a sequel. Because if that's the intent, then I'm not on board. If it was just a punchline, oh shit, mom's home, we're in trouble. And that's it. I'm good.
I think all movies that they invest a significant amount of money in anymore, like that, they intend, whether they do or not, to be able to set it up for a
just in case
sequel. Because if it ends up being, a smash hit, then they've set themselves up to be able to move forward with something and blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
And then if it's not, everyone will forget about it.
I agree.
It's
they did come out with a prequel comic book for the movie, Badlands. So there's a prequel comic with that character in it. So connected to the movie.
Dom, we're at about 2 hours, so we got about 30 minutes to 20 minutes, however long Joe wants to let this thing go. As to whether or not even Joe wants to let this happen or not, and as whether or not this is completely because Joe and I do not want to get in trouble with anybody for what the content on this show may bleed over into content for possibly another show. But you talked about it in the green room before the show. We said we could talk about it on the show if you want. So for those out there watching who are in positions of power in the world of Rennavision, this is a Dom-tober decision. This is Dom. Do you want to talk right now about a possible crossover between Star Wars and Marvel and the Avengers?
Hey,
all right.
My thing is that when because Waveseeker actually sent the article about that, and I didn't get a chance to look at it until I clicked on it, and I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? I'm like, wow. I go, they're in the same company, Marvel and under the same banner. You would think, you have the Force, you have magic and technology, you have all this stuff. But I think it's an interesting thing because
I don't want it either.
I'm out. No, look, DC just had that crossover KO, and they had a crazy crossover with different properties, from Annabelle to Homelander to all crazy stuff that they had in that damn crossover. So now Marvel has to come out and freaking do their crossover.
Yeah, but this is all inside the house for them, just like they did with Predator and Alien. They did those crossover comics. It's all in the same house, so they could do whatever the hell they want. They're not limited in any way.
So this opens the door. If it does come in, and it's actually real, which Bleeding Cool found that it actually could happen. I would love to see the covers that would come out for this damn thing, because there would be about 200 variant covers, and there'll be a lot of homage covers, definitely, that think about it. Enter the Punisher, right? Captain America. When Punisher showed up in the Captain America comic, you have Boba Fett going after Captain America.
It's true.
You could have freaking Captain America and freaking Tony Stark and Stormtrooper or Mandalorian outfits.
Yeah, but how do you get this in a galaxy a long time ago?
Right.
We have to have our time travel somewhere.
Listen,
Dom, you mentioned Darth Vader versus Dr. Doom. Now, was that something that you shot off the side of your hip, or was that something that's actually discussed?
No. Actually, that's something I shot off the top of my head, because Darth Vader was created because of Dr. Doom. That's why. Because the concept of Dr. Doom, that's the idea how they got the other Vader. But the Reality Stone can open up the door to all possibilities in reality. So think about it. Look at the lightsabers. All the same colors as the friggin' Infinity Stones. There's a story right there. And I'm telling you, if it opens up the doors, you could have Aliens and Predator in Star Wars universe. Look, these stories are outside the norm. Look, the multiverse there's so many different possibilities. So now you do that. I'm gonna tell you one thing. That would be the biggest crossover in ages, man. Because who would have thought that they would have had Star Wars teaming up in the Marvel universe? You know, fighting the Marvel characters. Luke Skywalker on the cover with Spider-Man in the background. Come on, man. There's a lot. You know, it could be an interesting story. And I think that you got Mark Millar. Mark Millar from Kick-Ass, Wanted. You know, he did Marvel Knights. One of the better writers out there in Marvel to do it. Well, he has his own company, his own kind of. So,
yeah, he's shit that bed with Netflix numerous times so far.
Yeah,
because he had that big contract with Netflix.
You know, I would like that, man. I think
I'm sure it'll sell covers.
You'll have the Ewoks with fucking Groot and goddamn Rocket Raccoon. I don't know. No, but it's the Avengers. So you have so many characters of the Avengers, man. And I think, hey, look, Batman. You see the thing with Batman? You ever watch Bat in the Sun, where they take two characters, they mash them together to fight? You had Batman fucking fighting Vader. Superman was captured by Vader, and Batman goes to the Death Star and fights Vader with a lightsaber. He goes, "I'll take my technology over your magic any day." So you had DC. So you had stuff that people did in live action with superheroes, Batman versus and it had covers that had Batman and friggin' Boba Fett on the cover. And Alec Ross also has artwork of DC characters teaming up with Star Wars. So, hey, the possibilities, man. I
just think you're throwing. I mean, if they do like a what if type, or not, you know, maybe not call it what if, but it's something like that, or what's that Star Wars one that I can't stand, where they just that's not canon, that has all the anime styles. I can't think of it. What's it called?
Which one?
The comic Visions, yeah, or some sort of Visions.
Vision.
But I think you're basically you're taking Star Wars, which. One of the things I've always appreciated about Star Wars, with the understanding that it's also a pain in the ass, is how everything from every facet of Star Wars, whether it's movies, the animated, the books, the comics, it's all follows the same canon. Now I get that can be a pain in the ass, but I appreciate the effort that Disney and those before have gone through to keep that linear freaking canon, whatever. So, but also understand it's a pain in the ass, and how long can you keep that up? So you're taking all that, and you're like, okay, we're discarding this whole idea that Star Wars is 100% canon, and we're just gonna dark horse this thing where anything can happen.
But Jedi, you don't understand that you could take the stories. It has nothing to do with the canon. You could just take the characters and make a story that's out of the whole thing, that it's its own thing. It's just, there's like the reality stone can bring possibilities, man. And
you're gonna have.
I hope they do it, and then they only use sequel trilogy characters.
Oh, Jesus Christ! No, most likely, if you do it in the original trilogy time era, where things are, and that's the time era that you put it in. So this,
one of the reasons I'm going back now, I'm watching a lot of these Stephen King. I'm too lazy to read it, but I'm watching a lot of these old Stephen King things. Is the fact that a lot of these things are connected now, or they're making them connected. And I don't know. I appreciate the effort when they do stuff like that.
Hey, Pete, let me tell you something. I know they don't mix, but if they get a good writer and the story makes sense and it's out of the norm, it's a what if fucking goddamn story and multiverse. Fucking goddamn, it's, you know, like the reality stone can make things happen. Look, and then it opens the door. You could have Predator and aliens in Star Wars eventually. You have the Predators hunting down there's so much you could do. It's all under the same banner, man. Which,
more interesting.
Hey, and I'm telling you, you'll have crazy covers. You'll have a fucking Boba Fett Deadpool cover, which.
I mean, just because you can do something doesn't mean you do it, right?
I know, but you see, people are friggin' trashing it already. I actually think it'd be pretty good, man. You know,
I think there's going to be different camps. I think there's going to be people like you that are going to be like, "Oh, this is going to be awesome," because it's going to bring the best of all these different worlds together. But there's going to be these Star Wars purists, like I would probably consider myself to be more in that camp than your camp, that are going to be like, "Okay, this is dumb."
You wouldn't want to see a cover with Dr. Doom fighting Vader?
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't.
Yeah. I mean, would
And
it be
if you want
interesting
to,
see?
if you want to go out, if you want to go to a con and go to your favorite artist and say, "Hey, here's a sketch cover. Can you draw me Doctor Doom fighting Darth Vader?" Fine, but don't make it canon. I don't. That's
It's
where
not
I kind of like. Yeah,
you're so fixed on canon. It's not going
I
to be
am.
canon. It's just a story. It's an idea. Take two big properties, put them together, and make one story. Fuck, you could have Annabelle and every fucking thing under the sun in DC. Annabelle fighting the Joker. You have fucking Homelander fighting Superman.
Well, they can do whatever they want in DC. They just have a crisis and wipe.
Yeah, so that's the thing. So you have to have something big for Marvel to.
Because Marvel does not have a history of adhering strictly to a historical canon.
But I know, Jedi. You see, don't worry
Star
about
Wars has. So if Star Wars is willing to break that, it says, okay, we're no longer doing that. Then okay, whatever. But I don't like
it, dude. It's not breaking the canon because it's not. It's going to be a story with the characters that they meet up. Things happen. It has nothing to do with the regular Star Wars universe.
It's a fever dream. Is that what you're saying? It's a fever dream.
It's a what-if story that's going to be taking place.
Okay, I said earlier, is it going to be? Are they going to title it "What If"?
It's gonna. I don't know if it's going to title it "What If," but it's just a story.
Or something along those lines.
Stories that happen that make no sense. You have Spider-Man in 15 different stories at one time. It's not canon to each other. There's different stories. It's just a story. Look, Marvel got
okay.
Killed.
So what you're saying is, if they do this, they do this. It's not going to be canon. We're not going to be watching the Mandalorian movie, whatever, and they go into some like antique shop and there's Thor's hammer fucking sitting on the freaking shelf.
No, dude.
Yeah, I don't care. I don't care what they do in the comic books because they could do. They could do what they want and do some.
And the reason why Marvel got killed by DC has killed Marvel last year. Marvel needs a hit, needs something big. This is one of the biggest things you could possibly do in crossovers. Never happened before. So once it happens, this can open the door for a lot of shit, and Marvel can freaking goddamn bank a lot of money. It's all about a money making thing.
That's what I don't want to see in terms of if they want to do a comic where they cross over, whatever, that's fine. Like I said, we got Predator and Wolverine and Alien and Captain America, whatever. We got that kind of stuff, and yeah, you throw it in a comic, whatever. That's fine. You sell a bunch of covers, but I do not want to see it go any further.
You have a 6-month cross of 6 issues, 6-issue limited series that takes place in the middle of nowhere, not part of the regular continuity of anything. It's a story on how it would be like to finally see these characters mash up. We've been dying for fucking goddamn a DC Marvel animated series for the longest time on TV.
That's all they got, Pete, is gimmicks. That's all they got left.
Yo, and listen,
that's all this is. That's all this would be. This is a gimmick.
Yes,
it is a gimmick.
Dude. If they have a gimmick in DC, Absolute Universe is a gimmick. Comic books are gimmicks. You fucking have My Little Pony teaming up with fucking Transformers. You got Star Trek with Transformers. You got Planet of the Apes fucking meeting goddamn Star Trek. You got Green Hornet.
I guess.
Star Trek. Come on, man.
Again, though, and again, I think if you talk to a Star Wars purist who falls into that camp of Star Wars, everything in Star Wars has always been canon, with the exception of Dark Horse. Every new Disney thing with Star Wars.
Mark Millar is one of the best writers, one of the better writers out there.
I'm not saying anything bad about Mark Millar.
No, because Pete's not understanding. Yeah, Absolute books are written well. So it's going to be a limited series written by fucking Mark Millar, man. Mark, like I said, the story could be good. It hits an idea, and I'm telling you, mark the words. The Infinity fucking Stones have something to do with it, with the Reality Stone. That's the only way you can really have these two things met.
I look forward to the blind bags.
It won't be blind bags.
I don't know anymore.
Listen, I talked about, like I said, fucking Thanos being a Sith, that he was taken out of his reality and put in the Marvel Universe without realizing who he was until he figured out who he was. And that's how you mesh the two fucking properties together. I don't know, man.
I like I said, truthfully, at this point, they're going to do whatever the fuck. they
Look,
want.
you had
Star Wars
Transformers toys that crossed over with Star Wars. It had Transformers. All the vehicles in Star Wars became Transformers. So you have different things. They're all crossovers. If it makes money, hey, look, this is the only crossover that has never been done, and it's going to probably take off big. Look,
all right. If it's all about making money, then I don't. Dude, you're right. I'm not arguing that. I'm not arguing that the industry is driven by money. You're 100% right on that. I'm not gonna tell you you're wrong. I'm not gonna argue that fact at all. What I'm gonna tell you is, to me, that does not necessarily make it a reason to do it, because I've always put Star Wars on a higher pedestal than Marvel, than the Avengers and the Justice League and all these other things, because of how it is so canon. It adheres to canon the way it does, again, with the exception of, again, we're going back to, I know we've got the Dark Horse little stuff, the Dark Horse stuff there, but
look, at the end of the day, everything, you have all these different multiverse universes, all these time travel things, all this reality stuff back and forth, the different realities. That's how you do it. The stones. The stones are it's gonna come out where you might have Darth Vader fucking holding the Infinity Gauntlet. Who the fuck? I'm just saying certain things could be, for comic wise, for entertaining. I think it would be a fucking great thing to have something like that that's never been done before and mash it up. Hey, look, I love Star Wars. Star Wars has been a hit and miss under the Disney banner, and I think that this could be something fucking big. And it's not going to be a movie, not going to be an animated series. It's a comic book, a story that might go well with 100 million variant covers, and variant covers sell.
Oh, there will definitely be 100 million variant covers.
There will be about 200 variant covers.
Are you sure it won't be a movie or a movie or an animated
it's
series?
not going to be a movie. It's just
I'm just saying. I think I remember at one point in time, people might have been saying the same thing about Absolute Batman. Is that it's just a gimmick? It's not going to all these weird things about that in the Absolute Batman universe. It's all kind of a gimmicky. It's just for fun. And now you have people that are like, when they're going to do the live action Batman, Absolute Batman. I think they need to do a live action. That'll be people that make money.
Listen, they're going to do probably animated. They're going to probably do an animated Absolute Batman series.
Hey, making my point. They're going to do an absolute. They're going to do an absolute Star Wars Avengers.
Listen,
animated series.
Look, let me tell you something. Look, if the comic book takes off and it comes out to be really good and the story's great, this and that, hey, maybe they'll make a fucking animated series on freaking Disney Plus. Who the fuck knows? But the whole fact is that it's about selling comics, making money, and covers. Hey, listen, I see the possibilities of really cool ass covers.
Appreciate it, RP. I'm arguing the fact that I really don't have a dog in this fight anymore. I really, I don't read the Star Wars comics anymore. They got stale. So maybe I'm actually helping to make your point by saying this, that the Star Wars comics got extremely stale. That's why I stopped reading them. I don't think introducing the Avengers into Star Wars comics is going to make me start reading them again, but maybe it will. So
Wolverine versus the Mandalorian, Beskar versus
not going to do it for me.
I think as a crossover, it would do well for Marvel to sell books and covers. I don't know if it does anything for the Star Wars.
No. Leia and Ahsoka mud wrestling, then maybe I'll read that.
I'm down, baby. But they won't have that because Disney is shying away from Slave Leia. They don't want to have anything to do with it.
No, we can call her whatever you want, but
but look, I tell you what, it's interesting.
As long as there's mud or jello involved, you can call her whatever you want.
To end the year, going into the 50th anniversary next year, I think that'd be a pretty good call to have something interesting like that, man. Like I said,
why not, RP?
Like I said, you had fucking Transformers versus Star Trek. You had damn X-Men versus Star Trek. Come on, you had the Green Lantern Corps with Star Trek. How come Star Trek gets all the crossovers and Star Wars can't?
I don't,
because Star Wars is on this pedestal and Star Trek is on this pedestal down here. That's why.
It's on that pedestal. But it's cool. It's a cool concept just to have. It's outside the boundaries. It's to see what clicks. And like I said, it's all about a money making thing. If this takes off, you might have some toys. You might have mashup toys. They've had mashup toys already. So
I stopped reading Star Wars comics because they just kept crapping out titles that just dragged on way too long.
It did. Star Wars. It got reading the Star Wars comics got kind of boring because they kept doing the same titles. Like they kept doing Vader titles. Well, we know what happens to Vader. We know Vader. No matter who Vader goes up against, Vader's always going to one up them. He's gonna Doctor Who them, or in some way, or some shape or form. He's always going to, at the very end, know what they were up to all along and win. We that's every comic about Vader was like that.
And there were only so many gaps.
Even the Dr. Aphra ones, where everybody said Dr. Aphra is really great. Well, Vader, I believe that Vader always got the best of Dr. Aphra in the end, I believe.
And like I said, there's only so many gaps you can fill in time within a Vader time span before you start stepping on the toes of other stuff.
Yeah.
So.
And Luke is always going to be Luke is always going to be the little like bitch boy that at least in the way they were writing the comics, there he was always going to be like the little like whiny little Jedi kid who ended up just whining about stuff the entire way through the comic.
So I have to talk about it. I got to get off my chest, but I think it's fucking. Right. I think it's good. Marco will probably think it's stupid. Of course, he is. Wave Seeker, when he posted the thing, he didn't say, "Wow, this will be dumb." He said, "Wow, this is going to be big." So.
No, I agree. I think it is going to be big. If it happens, it'll be big. Everybody will be clamoring. There'll be hundreds of exclusives, those hundreds of exclusives will diminish any value of any incentives that come out, because the exclusives are going to, always create more incentives. So,
like I said, I'm sure it'll be a fun comic event. It ain't for me. But as a comic event, whatever, I don't see it raising the profile of Star Wars.
I think it just pushes you have a big crossover event with Star Wars. You have two big movies coming out. You actually got, you have the movie coming out next year for the 50th anniversary. You have Doomsday coming out at the end of the year. So it kind of all connects. It pumps up both brands that are actually going to have big events that are happening. So.
Oh, the other thing I don't like about Star Wars is they've given up on, after one bad experience with what was that one? What was the show that was supposed to lead us into High Republic somehow? The one they
Acolyte?
did. The Acolyte. Yeah. So they have, and not that I was a huge fan of Acolyte, but they did that. It was supposed to lead us into High Republic, which Star Wars or Marvel pushed these High Republic comic books like it was the next best thing ever. This is it. This is it. This is it. Stomp your feet. This is it. And one bad show, The Acolyte, and they're like, okay, I don't think we're ever going to get anything out of the High Republic comics. I think it's done. I think anybody that went out, including myself, that spent money on those comics, you can just.
I just have 2 short boxes full of dead spec.
Yeah. Yep. That's my opinion. And I think it's. I don't think High Republic's ever going to amount to anything.
Yeah. Kind of died on the vine, unfortunately.
Yeah.
There was some good pieces in there. There were some good stories.
Oh yeah, Vanessa was one of my favorite characters, and they fucked her up in the.
Yeah.
What happens when you hire your wife to be the actress?
Yeah.
Like freaking Manos wrote freaking like the bad guy, like him. There was a couple little things in the High Republic that were good. Like what, man? Like it's like at the end of the day, like I said, comics try and sell, and I think if you put like 2 big properties together and mash them up and have some kind of story, the covers sell. That's what people buy. I mean, you can't deny the fact that covers sell, because that's what people look at.
It'll sell.
And if you have a decent story, it makes both things. I
don't know if it raises the profile of either of those.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree. I think you're right. It'll create a blip on the radar. People will pay attention to it. When the number 1 comes out, or every time they release an issue of Darth Vader fighting whoever, Darth, it'll create a blip on the radar, but
if it comes out,
I don't think it'll.
If this does happen, I can see it coming out towards the end of the year. Going into the like in the fall. Coming out in the fall, getting ready to lead into Doomsday, because Doomsday is in December. So comes out in fall. You might have the Ahsoka series show up in October, and then Doomsday in December. And you have a whole bunch of.
Maybe my problem is I don't give two fucks about the Avengers.
Yeah, I just want Grogu to go to Endor and start eating Ewoks. That's all. Just give me that. Just start eating Ewok babies and get rid of that species.
Wearing their furs around.
Just wipe them off.
And that's the thing. So that you can make.
You don't even need the Avengers for that. Just give me Grogu eating baby Ewoks.
That's not part of the whole thing. It's just a story. You could have a lot of players in it that like different. You could have Darth Maul with Palpatine and Vader, and you can have a whole mashup of type of things, because it's kind of like a what if type of thing. Anything's possible. So I don't know. You give or take. When it comes out, if it's trash, it's trash. I'll tell you if it's trash. But I actually think it's a pretty good concept just to try to see what happens.
It'll move books.
All right, who did you? We'll end it with this, because we promised you about 30 minutes, and we've given you 30 minutes. We know who you want for Star Wars, but you only get to pick one. Who do you want on the cover with Boba Fett from the Avengers? Who do you want? Boba Fett and.
Oh, Boba Fett and actually Spider-Man.
Boba Fett and Spider-Man. Really?
See, if it was a larger Marvel universe, and you had a Punisher and Boba Fett together, that would be interesting.
I think that's a better.
Spider-Man. I don't know what Avengers team they're bringing. You could have Black Panther.
I'm just letting you choose.
How about Wolverine versus Boba Fett? Wolverine would be a cool cover to have with Wolverine on the cover. He's one of the most.
That'd be a good one. Adamantium versus Beskar, whatever that freaking bullshit is. Yeah.
Besides Doctor Doom, who would you rather have the cover with Vader?
I don't know. I think Doctor Doom is the perfect one for Vader. Actually, I don't know. I don't know if I can pick another one.
The Avengers don't move my needle. That's
depending on what Avenger team they're bringing. So you had many people who were part of the Avengers.
Oh yeah,
Captain America, Iron Man.
Yeah, I think if you were going to pick someone with Star Wars, I think it's Luke, because they're both.
Iron Man? How about Iron Man? The cover.
Peter Parker is very optimistic. Luke is very optimistic.
Yeah, Spider-Man
up to a time.
And Luke, you have Spider-Man and Luke on the cover of an issue. Is it going to take place in space? Is it
Put Thor and Han Solo. I think Thor and Han would go.
Is going to be on the Earth side of planets for Marvel, or is it going to be on the Star Wars planet? So we don't know.
I don't care. We're only talking cover candy. That's all I care about. That's the only thing that's the only thing that's driving any of this is cover candy. The story is going to be shite.
How about Palpatine on the cover with Thanos? Or Princess Leia. Yeah, Princess Leia with Black Widow and Scarlet Witch, or Black Widow and who else?
I don't know. Like I said, the Avengers.
Mary Jane Watson with freaking.
No, I think okay. Dom's actually let me have a little fun with this, so I will give him that. I think you put Scarlet Witch with Asajj Ventress.
You see, I think you have her fighting Asajj Ventress.
I just think they're both kind of witchy types, so Yeah,
that'd be good.
I would rather see Black Widow and Ventress.
But Black Widow, she doesn't have any powers. Like she said, she doesn't have any force power. If I think magic versus the force actually would work a lot better.
Black Widow and Mara Jade, and then Dom would just like
the Black Widow and freaking Darth Talon.
Yeah.
You ever see that meme with Vince McMahon?
Wasn't Mara Jade like an assassin? You need to put Black Widow with Mara Jade, and you're good, Dom. You just like.
But you see, Mara Jade's not canon to Star. They're not going to put her in a Star.
Well, none of this canon, Dom. It don't matter. No, it don't matter anymore.
But it's the Disney characters who have the Disney that put in their universe, their Star Wars. You're not going to have Slave Leia on the cover. They're not going to make a Slave Leia cover. I would love them to do that.
Normally, I read these before putting them up, but this is Pete, so I'm sure it's fine.
The amalgam! I hated the amalgam universe, but yeah, I agree.
Yeah, true.
To have the blend of the characters.
Yeah,
that way you get away from having to deal with the individual characters, and
Right.
you can just basically create a new thing.
So that means, after means you'll have DC and Marvel doing a crossover with Star Wars. That's basically what you're talking about. And DC will get the win again. That's why Marvel has to do this. This is a Marvel project. DC hasn't.
All right. Well, good luck. Good luck, Marvel.
If it happens.
I agree. I mean, Dom is infectious, so I agree you can have a lot of fun with this. I just don't agree that it's I just don't agree that it just the purest Star Wars fan in me just doesn't want it. But I agree with Dom. You can have a lot of fun with it. I agree with him on that. So all right, Joe, let's wrap this thing up. We gave Dom, especially since he's not going to be on Sunday. I feel better for letting Dom give him his soapbox for a little bit. So hopefully folks stuck around for that. So
Yeah.
I think so.
one was in
I
chat.
think so. Yeah, yes, definitely. So everybody have a great weekend. Have a nice Valentine's Day. If you're
happy Valentine's Day.
are celebrating that thing,
Valentine's Day.
it's official. It's 12:03. It's officially Valentine's Day here
Oh yeah, good one.
on the East Coast.
I can't believe I left that out, but yeah, good one, RP.
So happy Valentine's Day. Stay safe out there. Hopefully it's gotten a little warmer in places where you're at, so you're not freezing your asses off anymore. And we might have a guest next week, right? Jedi?
We might. Don't want to count the chickens, but we intend to have a special guest next week. We'll just leave it at that. So tune in, but again, don't want to count the chickens because with these special guests, they have their own schedules and stuff sometimes. So
Indeed.
you never know. So, but tune in next week anyway, just in case.
All right, kids. Have a great weekend. We will see you next week.
Bitches leave.
The qualified.